here tonight. Special KOF shout out to the homeboys at Dream Cancel. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dream Council podcast, and this is episode 115 of Dream Council Live. My name is Desmond, administrator of DreamCouncil.com. In this episode, we're going to talk about all things Lunar Bout. We have, a few players, including myself, that attended Lunar Bout 2020. That was held in Brooklyn, New York, organized by Lunar Face Productions and many other members of the East Coast SNK community. And we're gonna just share and tell with y'all like what happened, like our own personal thoughts, some things that we did, even like outside of gaming, like some fun that we probably had in the city. For some people that was their first time in Brooklyn, New York. Some people have been there for a while, but yeah, we're gonna talk about all things Lunar Bout, a big review on the event and the tournament, etc., etc. Y'all in for a treat. So before we get to the main topic, we'd like to introduce the discussion panel for this episode. All right. First and foremost, this guy is, I look up to this guy. This is Gibby. What's up, Gibby? How is this going?
I'm doing okay. My computer is about to restart. Let me stop it from restarting. Give me a moment. Pick a time. There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm doing fine.
All right, great.
How's it going?
Cool. Good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you so much for coming on. Next, we have Elkie Dory.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. Thank you for coming on as usual.
I think it's great that I get billing over DZ, even though he's part of Dream Cancel.
Here we go again. DZ. DZ Wujaku.
Hey, what's up, Desmond? Elkie would say any chance he gets the upstage, but you know what? He got it because he did better than me, so he gets rights for this podcast.
All right, that's cool. And we have a new person to the podcast. We have Party Barge. What is up, y'all?
Desmond, thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. And what's up, everybody?
Cool, man. Yeah, we got you right in the middle because you're our special guest. Thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. First time on here. And this guy's been organizing online tournaments, in 14. And thank you so much for doing those. Those are great, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to do them. And it's something that me and Battle Spectrum started and going strong, keeping on going. So, yeah, looking forward to more and more.
Great. And there's a new one. We're going to talk about that really, really, really soon. So I'm going to give you the mic when that happens. So, all right, let's get into some promo and plugs before we get into the main topic. We're going to do this really, really quick. So if you want Dream Council t-shirts, go to dreamcouncil.com/shop. Visit or donate to our Patreon. Get episodes of the podcast early, and you can get our streams archives that's on YouTube early before they go public. And also our Discord, the Dream Council Discord server. Come on in, play games with us, talk about SNK stuff, KOF stuff. Feel free to join. Big props to everybody that is in the Discord. Thank you very much. And big props to everyone that's helping out with our wiki and various games. Other things that's kind of going on. We'd like to share some tournaments that's kind of coming, I would say, on the horizon. Let's share. So we have the Inclusion 3. Party Barge, would you like to share with us a little about this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. So, the Inclusion is a series that actually I can't take credit for the conception of it. That was thanks to Battle Spectrum. And what the tournament is it's kind of a solution to a problem that's maybe like a little bit inherent to fighting games or KOF as well. Just if you're a new player, let's say you're getting in an SNK, it's growing and growing. You're getting into KOF, but you're just not that good. And maybe you go online and play some games, and you're just getting stomped over and over. Especially in a game like KOF, where the skill ceiling is just massive. You're not exactly sure where you can get started, or how you can find some matches, or play with people of equal skill level. So Sanchez came up with this tournament, Battle Spectrum, and he said, yeah, it's going to be a tournament for novice or lower level players so that they can get tournament experience, get ready for KOF 15. And what ended up happening was, for the first one, the inaugural tournament, basically nobody showed up. Like, it kind of wasn't advertised well. Like, we didn't get the word out well enough. And nobody was, probably besides Sanchez himself, nobody was more devastated by this than me. I was super looking forward to this tournament. I couldn't wait for it. Like, I was training for it. I was getting ready. I was eager to get some tournament experience with some sort of stakes on the line. So when that happened, I remember, Desmond, actually, you and me, we were talking in Discord, and we said, well, what can we do about this? And I said, okay, I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna start doing this with Battle Spectrum's blessing. So I started these inclusion tournaments, and we're running them about every, it's not on an exact set schedule, but we're doing it every like month and a half, something like this. This is the third one. We started back in November, and it's a free online tournament for novice and low level players, so you don't have to worry about Marco Polo coming in and messing your shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Because KOF's the kind of game, the skill ceiling is just so high. When you're playing someone much better than you, it's almost like you're not playing. That can happen. It almost becomes a one-player game. So
yeah, it doesn't help that a lot of people who are playing KOF been playing KOF for a long time. So it's hard to find people of your level if you're new to it.
Exactly. So this is a tournament. It's going to be on PS4. Signups are happening now. Registration's open. You can do it at the website at the bottom, smashgg/tournament/the-inclusion3.
Yeah, we put a link in the chat too.
Oh, great. Okay. Yep. It's going to be on Saturday, March 7th, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And I just got the rules on there. I just typed up a little bit about it, but yeah, I'm happy to do it. We're going to keep doing it. I'm going to alternate between PS4 and PC. I feel like there's a lot of novice players on PC and PS4 as well. You just got to get the word out. So yeah, I'm super happy to do these. I'm going to continue to do them with Battle Spectrum in the future, all the way up until 15 comes out. We'll probably just keep on doing them with 15. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Quick question, dude. Do you have like a background in design or something? Because all your posters are always like really nice looking. Like, look at this one. Look at the color coordination, man. Like, are you on like Canva quite a bit, or like what? Like,
honestly, no, I don't. I did like a basic graphic design class in high school, and yeah, exactly. I got on Canva like you recommended. I just started playing around with it because I don't even have Photoshop, man.
Wow.
And I just find good pictures that'll work with it. I just HTML color match the pictures, just kind of put it on there, get it looking nice.
Okay.
I knew this time I wanted to do a little play on the Robert meme theme, so I had a little fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Cool, man. Can't wait for this one. Now, speaking of online tournaments, there's another one that is coming up. It's called what is it? The Reassertion, and that's by Battle Spectrum. And he doesn't really have like a poster for his sort of. So I mean, this is kind of all I can come up with. So I don't know, Party Barge, if you want to hook him up with a poster or something, or I don't know what kind of arrangement y'all have, or but I'm posting the link in the chat, and that one is going down. Ooh, what is that? The 22nd, 23rd?
It's this Saturday, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yo, this month is going by extremely fast. But yeah, check that one out. It's going to be on Steam. King of Fighters 14. It was an advanced tournament. So if you're advanced, or if you can consider yourself advanced, feel free. We have a fair amount of people that's joined up. Look like it's 10 people so far. And Go
Yeah,
ahead.
these tournaments are actually they're available to anybody. It's open tournament. You don't have to be an advanced player. I mean, I signed up for it. I know other guys have signed up for it, so yeah, it's for anybody to join. Again, it's free and there's prizes at the end, so definitely worth checking out.
Right. All right. Cool. Very very cool. All right. Next tournament. I should have did these in freaking like sequential order. I'm all over the place. Vegas Cup 4. Going down 29th of this month to the 1st, Las Vegas, Nevada. O2UM 13 Sam Show will be there, supported by SNK. Anybody planning on coming on out there?
I might be going. Not 100% sure yet. I was supposed to find out yesterday, but that didn't happen. I'm gonna be finding out closer to the end of the week or early next week. They're also doing a KOF14 side tournament, I believe.
Ooh, okay. All right, that sounds pretty good.
That says a lot about the longevity of the older games when the latest game is the side tournament.
Yeah, I guess it
It's
kind of
actually really awesome.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like who's really playing it in that area. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know Vegas more for like 13, to be honest. All right, so we're gonna keep going. All right, these are some, I would say, foreign tournaments. Have y'all seen this on Twitter at all? This is the Queen of Brazil. This is a King of Fighters original 2002 tournament. This is going down on the 22nd, and there's gonna be a stream for it, obviously.
It's the first I've heard of it.
Any y'all seen that? I'm gonna post some links in the chat. And on
Should have booked the flight to Brazil.
Here we go.
All right, you got the. All right, let me look this up because I'm wondering if this title has anything to do with who is eligible to compete, or if it was a reason to make that poster, or what.
I believe it's all woman participant.
Oh,
based tournament.
yeah. I'm looking at the replies to the tweet. It's a women's only tournament. So, yeah, because I asked the same question. I was just like, is this women's only as in like players, or you can only use female characters? But
Right.
it looks like it's a women's only tournament.
Right. Yeah, I just randomly like saw it on Twitter and it looked pretty interesting. Anyone else saw this too?
It's the first I'm seeing of it.
Okay.
Yeah, first time for me.
All right, and they're playing O2, just original O2 King of Fighters. So
Sounds about right.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
very South
You know they
America.
like that O2 jank. They love it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna watch the stream. That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Any idea on entry numbers, or is that kind of
There is a challenge link. Actually, if you, I think it's in that Twitter link.
Let's see.
Yeah, and then there's another like replied, or I should say retweet. So yeah, feel free to check that out.
Right now looks like 4, 6. Looks like they have 10 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that should be interesting. But yo, let's keep going. Another tournament that is going down. This is a KOF Festival 2020, and I believe this is in Chile. I have the link right here. I'm gonna post it in the chat.
okay? So this is KOF Tournament Festival 2020, not the King of Festival.
Not the King of Festival. No.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's going on in Chile, hosted by Dream Match Chile. And yeah, check that out. Check out the Facebook page if you like to check out the stream.
Now that's interesting. They're running UM for O2.
But Vanilla 98. I
and
saw that
Vanilla
too.
98.
Yeah, I don't think they like Effie there. That's my guess.
I mean, I'll play some Vanilla 98. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, me too.
but
I like Vanilla.
but I don't. I can't really. Yeah, it's a classic. I think it's a nostalgia. Like I think they wanted like at least one nostalgia game. Maybe that's probably my.
Yeah,
And like vanilla 98 is a lot more beloved vanilla 02, at least by the general consensus.
Yeah, they probably play
Oh,
just a
what's
grip of that.
98?
Oh,
Yes.
Speaking
Oh, no.
speaking of 98, oh my God, yo, we have.
It's
This is what happens when you speak at the dark magic.
Yeah, you summoned him.
What's up, LeBron? How's it going, bro?
Yo, what's up? Just got back from the Bay Area. I heard 98. Tell me what's going on.
Well, they're playing it at this tournament, man. KOF Festival 2020. That's going down March 7th. So yeah, if you want to watch the stream, feel free to check it out.
Where at?
Chile.
Chile.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be some good gameplay, I'm assuming. So.
Okay.
All right. So yo, any other events that I've missed at all, or any ones that y'all want to share that y'all seen? Any
Isn't
KOF?
there a world championship coming up?
Yeah.
Is there?
Next month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I'm not even memeing. Like I legit didn't know.
I'm.
I mean,
What date is it?
it's coming up not too far in the future here. I mean,
Should be
we're
March 28th, 29th.
something like that.
Somewhere's in Tokyo, Japan, I think. Tokyo or Osaka. I forgot if they announced where it is. It's going to be one of those places because those are where the SNK HQs are. So,
Yeah, I
go
mean,
with that.
we as a community we've already tackled the issue with people not knowing 100% what's going on sometimes. So I think that's another discussion for another time.
Yeah. Personally, I have my eye tight on that because I mean, it is one of the possible high spots of the year where we might get some news about something significant during the coming year. So
Yeah.
Oh, like we're I'm pretty sure we're gonna get news on KOF for Girls season 2.
Oh my God, I'm so
all right.
excited.
I don't like
I'm so excited.
Orochi before Ash is just
You-
really just chapping.
Excuse
my
me, Orochi came before Ash in general, so
Yeah.
we have more of a right
mean-
than you do.
So you mean to tell me Ash is a better lover than Orochi? Is that what you're telling me? Last longer? Hmm? Is where we're
A better
going?
bottom?
Maybe.
Oh no, here we go.
I mean,
Maybe.
based on the. No.
Mm,
He's just
Look.
gonna self-sacrifice himself and be like, "Aha, I don't exist anymore." Then he just left sad. Like, okay, cool ending.
You know what he
Relationship.
did, right? He fixed everything. He satisfied all the people except himself. So he had to go finish himself off. Okay.
Like, who wants to be with a
What's
person
wrong with
like
you?
that? That
You
sounds
know, hey,
toxic.
you know what? Gibby's got a point. Gibby's got one hell of a point.
That sounds very toxic.
All right, yo, let's talk about Lunar Bout. Let's get some Lunar Bout. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, Lunar Bout. It was like 2 weeks ago, pretty much. Brooklyn, New York. Next Level Arcade. Oh, dude, Lunar Face Productions, Brooklyn Video Games, Next Level, NYC Furby helped out. A bunch of other people in the East Coast SNK community and all over pretty much helped, promote the event and stuff like that, man. I thought it was great, man. I thought it was a really good event. I kind of want to start by asking, like, how did everyone like prepare for this event?
like how we practiced, or
Practice or plan
Or, like,
as far
travel
as,
arrangements?
yeah, travel
mean,
arrangements, all that.
honestly. So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't practice for like 98 or 02 at all.
Hmm.
I didn't really. I mean, like, I think I've played those games at their core, either whether it was the UM or vanilla, so much. If you just come up to me and like, "Hey, Diesel, let's play 9802, whatever," I'm like, "Okay, sure." I don't need to warm up. I don't need to practice. Go right into it. Like, if I do any warm up matches, they probably not warm up matches. I'm probably just playing just because I get a chance to play somebody in it.
Okay. Elkie, what about you, man? How'd you prepare?
Picked up a new character 2 days before the tournament.
Wait, who was that?
You- It was just Kim.
It was the Kim.
Oh, that's okay. All right. It was funny because, like, I remember, like, looking over someone's shoulder and, like, seeing you play. I was like, wait, hold on, Vanessa, Kim. Oh, okay. And
So yeah, I kind of panicked because I was finding out why certain combo routes that I was doing with Leona were dropping, and then I realized I end up in those situations a little too often.
yes.
And I kind of panicked, and instead of trying to relearn specifics for character to character, I said I'm just going to learn something that I can get rote in like 2 days and not really have to worry about it. And basically everything I have is centered on the other two anyway. So if they die, like Leona never picked up the slack anyway. So I just said, whatever, I'll just throw the dice and see what happens. And for the second time in my competitive 14 career, downgrading my team resulted in higher placements.
Do you know why, or less pressure?
I don't know
or
why it
just
works. I don't know. Maybe it takes the pressure off. Like, it seems like I'm more error prone when I feel like I should be doing better with the tools that I have.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. I told you this. I told you this maybe like a week before Lunar Bout, and I told you how I handled like 98 and 02. Sometimes putting your best character in mid or even point will get you a lot further than putting them in the very back.
Yeah.
Like, I have matches all the time where like people can't get past Shermie, and I put her in. You know what I mean? Like, you putting Vanessa in the middle like that, or even on point, and there will be situations where like she would clean up the whole match for you. That I'm like, yeah. So even if she falls, okay, you got King in the back, and people struggle against King all the time.
Dude,
So
I'll be honest, my entire tournament basically centered on like Vanessa.
told you.
Like it was crazy. Like I didn't think she would be that much a factor. I thought I'd be breaking King's back through the whole tournament, and it ended up just being the Vanessa show through pools.
Right.
So
Cool, man. That was some good Vanessa play, man. Yeah. Party Barge, how did you prepare for Lunar Bout?
I got my ass kicked by Elky's Kim 2 days before the tournament. But no, serious. No, mostly just 14 practice, and then actually, what I thought was really interesting is that this Lunar Bout featured Garo, and it was announced and planned way before the rollback patch came out, which came out I think like 2 weeks or something before the tournament happened. And I was just curious. I wanted to keep my eye on actually how many people registered for it after that patch got released. But yeah, I was playing Garo, and then it was just like kismet really that that patch came out, and then I got to practice a little Garo. Actually legit good practice online before the tournament happened, and that was really good. And I kind of discovered at Lunar Bout that 2K2 is my favorite KOF. Just playing on that cabinet, which you don't get to do all that often. Felt really good. So I've been playing a little bit more of that lately, but
oh, great.
Yeah,
I have some thoughts about that cabinet a little later, but I'll move on. Laban, how did you prepare for Lunar Bout?
Did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Because that's a sad situation I live in. So it's like, who do I play for 98 Final Edition or O2UM? No one. Oh, great. Lovely. Well, So like you saw in the tournament, like, oh, okay, I kind of figured out AG midway through. And then like Oyuri, like whatever. But then I just always got spanked by Ogi. So I'm like, this is a good feeling. Not knowing matchups. Or if I do know matchups, not physically having it in my hand so I don't have to think about it. Kind of. Yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, a few days before the tournament, I was at Marco's place with El Matador and Vato. Yeah, Gibby was there for a bit. He wasn't there when we were watching the hit Netflix series You, which is about a stalker doing all these like weird incel stalker thing. And that's all we did. That's all we did to grind.
Okay.
We went to Statue of Liberty for the first time. Oh, me and Matador. It was very windy. I got all my hair all over the place.
Okay.
Went to Ellis Island. Became a citizen. And that's it.
All right. Cool.
That's how I prepared.
All right, sweet. Yeah, you was there for a while, man. I remember I came back home and then you was still there. I was on Margot's stream. Like, this man gonna move out there. Holy shit.
Like the week or before the tournament, I got there the Monday of.
Yeah.
And then I left the next week Tuesday morning.
Oh, okay.
So
you stayed for
stayed
a while.
there for about 7 days, almost 8. So.
That's great. Cool. All right, Gibby, how did you prepare for Lunar Bout?
Didn't necessarily prepare. I played. I was beta testing the Mark of the Wolves Steam version for several months. Playing by myself for the most part because no one else was online outside of like one other person. And then I streamed it for like maybe 20 hours the week after it came out when I was in Evo Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about it. And it was just me messing around, having fun, talking to people. I didn't play 98 at all, unfortunately. Prior to the tournament, I should have. The plan was back in December. The plan was to do that. Desmond. Oh, I thought Desmond's dropping the call. Sorry.
Oh, I'm still here.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. The plan I had with Abe was to play the hell out of 98, try to get my bearings back in it, but I was traveling so much I couldn't do it. So I said whatever. I'll just have fun in 98. Why not? And I did. And I just threw cycle balls.
Yeah, I remember that. That was quite a feat, man.
And I
Did
think
good.
Yeah, I think everybody that I played had no idea they were unblockable cycle balls.
Oh, that's
because they were like, I'm blocking.
Yeah.
I'm blocking. I'm like,
ooh, they didn't know.
They didn't.
Yeah, you was doing the command grab
glitch.
Oh yeah, the glitch and the teleport.
I think the only person that didn't say that, Aru did not say that. Everyone else I played said like, what the hell? Like,
what's going on? Like,
I was hitting people with that in pools. And I think the only person, the only person that avoided it was like Silver. Like Silver avoided it, and I was like, okay, at least he knows. But yeah, but like other people I was playing in pools, or even in casual, they're just like, oh my god, I'm holding back. You're not supposed to.
Right.
I'm actually not familiar with what you guys are talking about. Is this some sort of like
so
trick?
Basically in 98 there are unblockable projectiles. If your character has a command grab or a move that takes the character off the screen, like basically removes their detection box, it becomes unblockable. Your character cannot block anymore. So you throw a projectile, do command grab with say Athena, Iori, Takuma, or whoever the hell has command grab, and they can't block as long as you time it right. Your options are to roll away, usually just roll away, and if depending on what character it is, you roll away into a hit.
Wow.
Yeah, because like if in the Athena matchup, if you roll backwards, the screen rolls with you. So you still get the fireball. You roll forward. Well, she's teleporting forward while she does the unblockable, so she'll just do another command throw, lead into hard knockdown, then loop it back again.
Yeah, and once she teleports forward,
if he does a run throw, you'll eat the run throw.
Yeah.
Always.
And with Athena, what she does is she locks the screen. So if you teleport, the screen gets smaller. You can't roll backwards.
Yeah.
If you teleport again, and you're up there like that, you're in the corner mid screen. It's great.
Always wondered like why didn't they like remove that in like UM or like?
So I think it's a bug in like.
Well, wait, say that again. What did he say?
In my opinion, it's a feature. It makes it good.
Oh,
I can agree with that, but I also think it's because it's a bug that's like in the core of how 98 was made. So they couldn't really take it out without rebuilding the game from scratch, which at that point it won't really feel like 98. So like remember Street Fighter 4 where they had that issue where you could still jump over someone even though they were cornered, and like it was in every subsequent version of that game, and they just never got rid of it because they basically had to rebuild Street Fighter 4 to fix it. I think it's a similar situation to that.
But they took away diamond unblockables.
Yeah, that's weird.
he couldn't keep those.
I mean, okay, so meterless damage in UM and Final Edition are overall less than 98 OG. So I feel like it would still be fine if you had them, because everything else does less damage now. Like in OG, maybe that would have been too much, which I guess it was. But now it's like, wow, I got down forward C, counter hit, and
I believe
cool, nothing.
it seemed like they shrunk a lot of his like his normals, like the hitboxes in like FE compared to 98. Like he just
There was more hurt box, that's for sure. Like,
yeah.
RB. Yeah, it's easier to hit now in footsies.
There's more situations where like some of his more problematic normals trade opposed to just beating out like they didn't.
Yeah. So he's like a bit quote unquote more fair while they introduce like Keys, AG, and Krauser. Dope.
All right. Okay. I want to talk specifically about the 98 FE tournament a little bit. Yo, let's talk about how did everybody like the L Hotel?
That hotel was actually better than I was expecting. Like, I'm almost disappointed that I didn't book a room there. But it was small, but it was really, really nice. So.
Yeah, I thought it was quite nice. It's not I heard some complaints about it being small, but and because it kind of, when you go to an event like this, you're kind of trying to help people out, cram as many people in the room as possible. But I mean, for a 2-person room, it's perfectly good and clean, comfortable.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty small too. I had one little minor issue, like the door couldn't like shut, so the bathroom door.
Yeah, the bathroom door didn't close.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, Desmond, I was fine seeing you naked. I wasn't sure how you felt seeing me naked, but these things happen. It's okay.
Well,
listen, seeing Desmond naked's not a big deal. Seeing that glass of water that Desmond got out of that sink was.
Oh my god, that swamp water.
Oh,
I was like, I clutched my pearls after seeing that.
Oh man.
Oh
man. I thought like overall. Oh yeah, you remember the whole thing with like the towels and it was weird, man. They would like take half of the towels and leave like the dirty towels, and we had to like ask the lady like if we get some more towels and stuff. It was like, yo, what's going on, man? Why y'all doing this in like itty bitty steps? They're supposed to just take all of it and then put it back before we get there. Like every other good hotel. And what else? I thought like the breakfast was on struggle mode, like constantly. I was a little disappointed, but hey, you can get any other good breakfast down the street, around the block, around the corner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There was plenty of quality food available.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Way better than your average tournament experience, where there's usually very few options, dubious quality, and the prices are.
Oh man, you don't have a car? Time to eat at this hole in the wall. That's usually how it goes.
Pretty much. But I'm glad that it was like around the corner from Next Level Arcade. That was like the biggest like selling point. You know what I'm saying?
As far as yeah, it was no big deal to like if you needed something out of the room, like it was no problem to run back and grab something real quick. Like it was more convenient than most majors that I've been at, that the venue and the hotel were one and the same.
Yeah. I kept telling people that it was fast. This is the fastest walk I've had from my hotel room to the venue. Like, ever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I abused that multiple times because there was a line at the restroom. And I would walk back to the hotel, use the restroom, come back, and there were still the same people were still in line.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I did good.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're exaggerating. No, it is really that close. It's really that convenient to get to.
Literally around the corner.
Literally, like less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes to walk out the door to go around and get to your room, let alone the building.
Right. And plus, the subway wasn't too far away from the hotel either. You know what I'm saying? We just walked like 2-3 blocks. Get on the subway. Man, it was my first time, dude, in New York on the subway, dude. That was interesting, man. Like, I was so surprised by like just the stairway to get in the subway. Like, I thought the sign would be, I thought like the gate or the fence would be like higher and it'd be like a bright like sign. Like, no, it was just like, oh, here's some steps just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And you go onto the subway. And then,
Desmond, I have a question. Where exactly are you in the Midwest? Like, do you have a subway out there? Or?
I'm in Minnesota. We have a light rail.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, light rail's a little different because I'm from Philly, so like, basically New York subways are like our times like 50. So I'm like whatever with it, but
Yeah, but yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun getting on those subways. Felt like I was in a '90s hip hop video, man. And yeah, it was just really convenient. Go ahead.
I was always well prepared for New York subway because in DC we basically have the exact same system as far as age and lack of maintenance and everything. Basically carbon copy, except imagine if they thought it was a good idea to carpet the cars.
Oh no.
Yeah.
DC.
no, I can't get behind that. That's like 7 types of bad ideas rolled into one.
And even more, you know, in a humid area, like
it's gross.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
The cars are more humid than you're used to, like in a typical train car.
Yeah. I noticed like riding on it, it was like it kind of like shook and sway a lot. I was used to that because like the light rails in Minnesota, it's like, you know, it does kind of the same thing, but there it was a whole different beast, man. It was making like hella noise. I was like, okay, I like
that
this.
system's over 100 years old, so it's bound. Yeah,
I can tell by some of the seats, like the designs. I'm like, man, y'all did not update these, man. Y'all still keeping these same like 1970s colors on these, man. All right, I like this. You know, at least it's clean. It don't matter. You know, they got to keep things moving.
Maybe the ones you were on.
It's designed to be hosed out like the back of a cop car.
Yep. All right. So yo, let's move on to the actual venue, Next Level. So it's my first time at Next Level. What did y'all think of the whole space, man? I thought it was nice. It reminded me of game stores that I used to go to, you know, in the past and play games at. But what did y'all think? Anybody want to start?
I've been to the Next Level multiple times, but so it wasn't really like it to me. It was just like another tournament at Next Level. But the part that really blew my mind is that we had more people signed up we had for last year, but it didn't feel that crowded. Like I think the way that they wrote the schedule and like how like when certain games would run and stop running and things like that, it was just I was there all day both days, and obviously, you know, I was shoulder to shoulder with people and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like, oh my god, I literally can't move. So I thought that was really nice. Like that place is actually more spacious than you would think when you walk in. Especially like on Saturday, I think Sam Show wrapped up for the day. So like a lot of people that only rolled up for Sam Show ended up leaving. There was like way more space to move around. But like I said, even when everybody was there, I never felt like enclosed or anything.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be packed. I thought people were going to be spilling outside. People have to set up setups outside, man. But no, it wasn't like that at all, man. And you know, plus downstairs, you know, had a fair amount of good space, so it was cool. Yo, LeBron,
I think it was.
Go ahead, Elkie, go ahead.
I think it was a combination of two things. One, the scheduling. You know, they had so much to think about from last year as far as how to sort everything out and not, you know, have everything running at once so everybody's required to be there at the same time. Plus, two, we were very lucky about the weather that weekend.
Oh, the
temperatures
weather
were not that bad. If you weren't scheduled for a couple hours, you know, there were so many places to go, get something to eat, you know, take a look around, and it was just not the frigid, slushy mess that last year's weather was.
Yeah.
That was just bitter cold, and man, if you weren't wearing like waterproof shoes, like
it was over,
soaked to your socks, yeah. I mean, we had a lot going in our favor as far as just kind of it being much more relaxed in there, and not, you know, people not being committed to being in there the entire weekend if they weren't scheduled to be.
Yeah, there was a little rain, but that was really it. You know,
yeah,
a couple flurries, that's it. You know, I was gonna ask Laban, what did you think of the venue of Next Level Arcade?
It was good. I mean, again, not too crowded. It was spacious. For me, the thing I just appreciated most is actually being in a place where there's an actual community and actually playing with each other. You know, it's a bit foreign to me. I mean, there's a few things that go on in Northern California, but it's usually far out of the way for me to actually attend to.
Damn.
And even then, when like Reiki on, West Coast tries to hold something, it's like the turnout is nowhere as near as what we saw at Next Level. And yeah, if you guys could pull like just even like 10 guys a week or a month just to play Sam Show or King of Fighters, that already kind of beats Wednesday Night Fights Oakland. So, well, at least the King of Fighters aspect of it. For me, I was just really happy to be there and just be playing games because I haven't done that in about a year. A year. I mean, the last time I touched King of Fighters was during CEO Otaku.
Ooh.
And all I did was play 97.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's.
And the guy kept on rematching me.
You should have found me. I definitely would have played with you.
So yeah, I mean, the next tournament in the cards is Combo Breaker, then maybe CEO. So we could maybe do something there. But yeah, going back to Next Level is just like, yeah. I mean, well, probably some people have like some complaints about people not taking care of the bathroom as they should, or the wait lines for the bathroom, one thing or another. But just overall, just the fact that people just get up, get together, and the place is more than satisfactory for that. It's a good play.
Cool. All right. Well said. Gibby, what's your review on the venue for Lunar Bout?
Venue was great. Could have been bigger. The fact that they had an upstairs and downstairs was really good. Very narrow, but I imagine that's how most shops are out there. For the amount of people that we had, wasn't terrible, but it genuinely could have been better. From what they're telling me, next year will be a bit larger. They're gonna have more space to work with, which is gonna be good. The first concern I had, the moment I walked in the venue, the first day I got there, there was just funk. Like there were only like maybe 6 to 8 people there, and there was already bad funk. I'm like, ah, shit. It's gonna suck tomorrow. But thankfully it wasn't. It didn't stink. The basement level smelled worse than the top level, but I think because it was like smaller, more cramped and confined.
Yo,
but
Gibby,
it wasn't terrible.
Gibby, did you notice there was like a leak downstairs?
So I got, man. So Next Level took a leak on me multiple times during commentary.
How much that cost?
Oh, I didn't charge it. I should have shit. I should have charged. I was on commentary and I look over at Art. I'm like, yo, there's just fucking water falling on me. What is this shit? And he's like, yo, hey, that's how it is. I'm like, what? Huh? And it just kept leaking on me. I was genuinely getting mad because like I was fully clothed and it was just leaking like right here, the little bit of exposed skin. I'm like, what is this shit? I was so angry. So that sucked. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was whatever. As long as I'm not dead, I'm fine.
That's such a high bar.
Yeah. The basement was pretty gully. Yeah, I felt some of the drips too, but it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? But overall, yeah, I thought the venue was cool. I like any kind of venue where you can get, a snack, something to drink at real quick for $1 or so. You know what I'm saying? Some candy, a Snapple, water, right there. You don't have to leave. That's good. I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was great. I agree with all y'all as far as the space and everything. I thought it was good. It just reminded me of just playing at places I've been to that hosted games and stuff like that. Brought a large sense of nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to come back next year, 100%. Party Bars, what did you think of the Next Level venue?
Oh, I loved it, man. Yeah, it was my first time there, first time in New York. It was cool to see it, after seeing it on Team Spooky streams, stuff like that. Like actually get a sense of like, oh, like this is where this is. This is what this looks like. And yeah, I just want to echo, like I was kind of saying in the chat with the Rue, but shout outs to the organizers for how they logistically set up the tournament, because the fact that we had 99 something. It was like 100 registrants, and I know last year I think there was like around the 60s or 50s, and I remember watching that stream of Lunar Phase SNK and looking at you all kind of swimming around in that crowd, like, oh god, this is gonna be is gonna be a logistical nightmare. Like, this ain't gonna work. And everything went off without, well, I won't say without any hitch, but like it was smooth. Like, you know, people were there when they needed to be there. It was comfortable. It got a little crowded at times, and yeah, a little funky in the basement and hot, but you know, it's a fighting game tournament. It's gonna get a little funky and hot, you know. So yeah, but it was cool.
Okay. Well said. Well said.
I gotta say, like, have you ever seen a KOF tournament run on schedule and even faster than schedule?
Oh my god,
I have a few
through
times.
14. We blew through 14 so fast that they were telling us to like TOs were like taking their time calling matches. It was just like, we're gonna like, we need to save some for the stream. You know what I mean? So it's just like I think
A pool was going so quickly because we had like 4 setups. Then they cut it down to like 2. Then they cut it down to only the recording station.
Yeah.
Because they said we're so far ahead that and they allotted like plenty of time for each pool. Like, was it like 2 hours per?
That's the standard, honestly, when you're running pool. Yeah.
But it was just they were so attentive that they got to the point where it was to the detriment, because it was just like, man, we got a lot of people just standing around now.
Yeah,
but
that's what happens when TOs pay attention.
Yeah.
But it did so much for the level of competition, because you had 3 stations open for people to get in casuals and get warmed up. So by the time they actually did get to play, you got them at their best instead of.
Yeah, like that helped a lot, leading the A pools into the B pools. But even obviously we had the casual setups already, like when Next Level first opened up, like because of it ended up running that way. Like, I think pretty much all the pools got a decent, like, at least like 45 minutes to an hour of warm-up time.
Yeah, everything was organized beautifully, in my opinion, man. Like, I thought it was great, you know? And I knew things were going to be good too, man, because, like, it seems that, like, from, you know, even from what I've seen, you know, on Twitter, and even from, like, watching the streams and stuff like that, you know, like, Manta has everything, like, handled, like, really well, you know what I'm saying? So big props to him. Any other thoughts on the? Go ahead.
You don't mess with Manta's event.
No, he keeps things in check, which I actually respect him for. But not just Manta, but like the TOs that he has, they're really good at their job. Like you know, EJ, Yokai, Manta, they're attentive, and quite honestly, like, just talking with a few of them, it's just like when you go to enough majors and you see TOs that are just like, they're volunteering, they're just doing it so they don't, you know, their venue gets refunded or something like that, but they're just all right, they just call 2 names and then just go do something else until like it's time to report the matches. Like, no, they were actually sticking around. They were most of the time, like, unless they had to like call another match or something like that, they were watching matches that they called so they could just record the results as soon as it was over. Like, things like that. Like, it just helped the pacing of the pools in general.
Cool.
Because I think what Lunar Phase kind of shows is the just what an asset it is to have kind of have like allies to your game that aren't they themselves like interested in the game itself, but they're very friendly to the community and very like supportive of you. So, you know, a lot of that staff wasn't, you know, worried about being anything other than, you know, running the event. They weren't having to play, they weren't having to commentate, they weren't having to do anything other than run brackets, handle the schedule and the stream. And because of that, like, you get treated with respect, but at the same time, they're not trying to serve. They're not trying to be involved in the thing that they're putting on. You know, that isn't their own supply kind of situation. And I think that's, and also, you know, it's being a community that has kind of developed into probably one of the most successful community-driven games at this point. Like, they know what it takes in order to be successful without, you know, having some sort of like backing behind them. Like, they themselves kind of push their own narrative forward. And I think, you know, they kind of gave that energy to us for that weekend, and, you know, for 2 years in a row now. And I think they've been an absolute blessing for us.
Yeah, well said, Elkie. Man, very well said. Before we move on, Gibby, do you have any thoughts on the organization of the tournament?
I was telling everybody this over there. It was one of the most smoothest tournament experiences I've experienced. Not a joke or an exaggeration. It ran smooth. Everything, like you guys said, was on time. The TOs knew what they were doing. Outside of some minor issues with the retro stuff downstairs, there was nothing that I could think of that went wrong.
Okay. And even the retro stuff downstairs, like, it was, I think, I don't know who had to play. It was the stream setup for O2. Their sticks individually worked on it. If they were on the setup together, they wouldn't work or something like that happened. So they ended up having to move it. Yeah. But like, it was like a minor hiccup, so it wasn't really that.
Yeah, on the cab, I remember I have I play on a Rap 4, and it doesn't have a universal brook in it or anything. So when I tried to plug that in, they're just like, yeah, sorry, it's not going to work. And I was forced to play Rainbow Layout on the cab, which I've done before, and it was
the good way.
yeah. No, actually, I'd practiced it before, so it wasn't like the end of the world. And I'm not like, you know, I wasn't trying to be like hyper competitive, like stop the show. I'm trying to win this O2 right now. So I didn't do any of that. I was just like, yeah, let's let it ride. And no, it's fun. It was super comfortable. But yeah, if I was if I'd been training on box layout and super serious, it would have been a bigger problem for sure.
Cool. All right. So, all right, let's get down to business, man. Let's talk about the gameplay. So what we should do, every one of us individually, why don't we talk about how we did in the games that we entered? You could talk about your placing. You could talk about your matches, thoughts on your matches, things that you want to improve upon, how much fun you had, how salty you got, and I don't know how long we're gonna stick on this, but yeah, let's do that. And don't have like a story like Gone with the Wind or anything, but let's not make it a Titanic or anything. But why don't we start with Party Bars, man? Why don't we start with you, man? How'd you do in your games?
Not great. I'll keep it short. I mean, I'm like not super great at these games, but I didn't go complete like O2 all weekend. Went 1 and 2 in Garo and 1 and 2 in 98. 14's the main game I was training for, but I ran into Rashkal first, and then I ran into you, Desmond, second. So that was the end of my tournament run for 14. But I can't say I'm too upset with it. Both of you guys super good players. Thought I played okay, in the games that I did play. And what else did I play? Oh, O2. Like I said, I played that on the Candy Cab against Silver. And I took a game off him, which I was super happy with. The Silver's a really good player. Like I said, even with the control scheme layout, like being weird, having to play Rainbow, like just kind of felt the flow of it and did okay, so yeah, I just had a lot of fun, man. Got to commentate a little bit of 14 with Aru and Marco, and that was super great. I really was thankful for that opportunity. So just had a great time overall, man.
How did you like commentating?
Oh, I was completely blindsided by it, actually. I was it was kind of like we didn't get into it, but it was the night when it was really rainy, and my fellow player from Kentucky, French Boy Grime, he had a hell of a time getting in, and I was trying to help him out, and I was already like 5 or 6 beers deep at that point. And, Marco goes, "Party Barge, your dream come true. Get on commentary." And I was like, "What?" And I was totally not ready for it, but I was like, "Well, I'm not going to pass this up." So hopped on. Thought I would jump right into the groove. Did not. Was like a little bit nervous, But then once I was on there for a little while, and Aru hopped on, who's a really great co-commentator. Kind of felt the flow a little bit. Got relaxed, got into it, and had a great time. And I'm going to be working on that more with our with the inclusion tournaments and stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing more of it when the opportunity arises.
Great, cool. Thanks for sharing. Elkie, how did you do in your games? You did mention a little briefly about how you did in 14, but if you want to go a little more detail, feel free.
Let's see. Well, I ran into Silver kind of early on in my bracket, and it's I take a weekly beating from Silver. Like
don't we all?
King of Fridays.
It was the nice thing was that I kind of overcame something. Like I've been trying to deal with his Choi like for ages, and he managed to kind of drop something that would have put away a game for him, and I managed to capitalize at a very critical point and actually took a game off of him in tournament, which that was pretty good for me. But still ended up in loser side and all that. I had a decent little run in losers, managed to sneak my way out of the pool, and then ran into Rome once I on first thing on Sunday, but that was fine. Just getting out of pool at that event to me was a big deal, and they had me kind of locked in for commentary so much that it was just like, man, you know what? I still have plenty to do.
You did it despite them, Elkie. It's okay.
I did do it you know what? You got me down to commentate all of top 12, and what? Like I can't make it out of top. But no, it's what's funny was my personal pride. It was definitely in gameplay, but I was surprised how much positive feedback I got when I was on the mic over the weekend, and I don't know. I never really thought of myself as a commentator, and when I listen to myself talk at an event, all I hear are mistakes, and all I hear about what I can do better. And so I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you did well, man.
I mean, thanks.
But
yeah, the team pushing me is just like, hey, why don't you try doing that some more? So I wonder if I could actually meet my own standard with it if I actually put a little bit more, elbow grease into kind of doing a little bit of research, because I like talking about the players a lot. I like knowing where everybody's from, how they like to play, the history between them, so that when they sit down against each other, that hey, this is just another chapter between these two, and yada yada yada.
Storyline.
Yeah, I like talking about the story of matches. And Rome was I was amazed. I've never commentated with Rome for a extended period of time like that, and we were on the mic for 3 hours straight.
Ooh.
And I thought it went really well. I didn't think we were going to, considering we didn't really share a booth hardly at all in the past. I thought we did pretty well together, so maybe it'll happen again.
Okay, all right. DZ, would you like to share your gameplay tournament details?
Honestly, I ended up doing better than I anticipated, because I mean, when I went to Lunar Bout, my focus was primarily on 98 and I was like, I'm just gonna enter 14 just to say I did, and I'll probably go 1-2 or something or whatever. But Elkie kind of basically did all but wrap his hand around my throat and say, "Enter the team tournament with me." So we ended up doing that, and that kind of like put me in the right mindset for KOF 14, where like I think we got fourth or something. I think we got like, pretty sure it was like fourth or something like that. And then when I played pools on Saturday, I ended up running into Marco and winners, and then I mean it's Marco. I can't like hold a torch to him, at least not in 14. But
he's tough.
yeah, he's tough. And then I ended up I had a really close game against oh my god, what was his name? It was my first time meeting him too, but he was also a Mary player. I think he played like Mary Mai, not in this order, but like Mary Mai. I forgot his third. But
are you talking about Yunwei?
Yeah. That's who it was.
Dinosaur is his third.
Dinosaur. And like I have Dinosaur, but it's like when you're talking about a grappler in KOF, it could go one of 8 ways. So it's like I had to be a little cautious. And it's like the fact that I was actually able to win that set, I was actually shocked with myself, because it came down to the wire. Like it was like, all right, next hit's killing, not even from a combo, but like just the next hit is killing. So that was really fun. Animal gonna end up putting me out because I can't stand Nakaru, but it's another story for another day. But as far as 9802 went, I felt like I was on fire. Like I was kind of. I ended up in with 9th and 13th, but I was okay with that, considering who I had to play against. But I will say that in both of those games, like even the sets that I lost, I didn't go a single set where I didn't get at least one. Like I lost to who did I lose to? I lost to Marco and I forget who else. I forgot who put me out of that. I had to look at the bracket again, but I ended up taking a game off of Marco with the Roach team, and I thought that was pretty. I got pretty excited off of that.
Yeah.
And then, but so that felt good. I actually ended up beating Silver in both games, which I wasn't prepared to end up doing, because I was just like, okay, like what's he gonna pull out of his bag of tricks and throw at me this time? Because he plays like a million characters just about every game he plays, but yeah, I mean, I ended up clinching it like in both games against him, so that felt pretty good. Vicky threw me for a loop because I was expecting an Oshirmi mirror out of her, but here comes Bow, and I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, all in all, I had fun. I mean, between that, the casuals I played before and after the tournament, like that was my main showing. Like 9802 is like my bread and butter. So it's just like being able to finally play those against people offline in a tournament setting at that. Like it was really fun.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Glad you had a good time. Gibby, can you go into detail about your gameplay in the tournament?
Yeah, I took 7th in 98 FE by throwing cycle balls at everybody.
Yeah.
Which was great. I commentated as well, which was fun. I enjoyed doing that. And then I won Mark of the Wolves, and I don't think I commentated it at all. But everyone who told me they were going to see me in grand finals lied to me. Not a single one of you pieces of shit saw me in grand finals. The person who didn't say a word to me about seeing me in grand finals saw me in grand finals.
Ooh.
Disappointed in the rest of you. And then I've got Rome telling me to give him 1 year. 1 year. And he's going to beat my ass. So I'm giving him a year. I'm going to come back next year, and I'm going to have a whole squad with me from the West Coast.
I love Rome, but
and I'm pretty sure I'm going to fuck Rome up. Don't tell him I said that. Okay? I don't think he's watching. Don't tell him I said that.
All right. We'll keep that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's move on. Laban, why don't you share your tournament experience at Lunar Bout?
Well, let's see. Whack.
Oh
I did
no.
whack. That's it. Well, you already know. Like, I think the one thing I'll take away from it is that, Desmond, when we played in the second game, my A button went out for like the first round, and then for the last game, it was completely out for that whole game. So me coming back and taking it, I like that part. I'll be honest. I did my best. I just pretended it was the 90s.
Oh yeah,
it just came
man.
out.
yeah, because that's what happened, right? Sometimes the buttons won't work.
Yeah,
the
because that's the
direction won't work.
aforementioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our sticks drew too much power from the system because I have like a Brooks Ultimate Fight Board or whatever, and then I tried using all the alternate sticks around, the extra sticks. They also didn't work, so I found the one, which I think was some weird. I don't know if it didn't even feel like Korean, but it was a bat top, and it felt like I had a bigger throw than usual. I kind of got used to it, so. But yeah, that's what I used to play against TSF, and then I just screwed up, and then lost against him because I didn't know the Chile matchup. It's again, when do I play O2 UM? And then later, it's like, all right, he used to practice against that Didimo's team, so I started playing Billy, and I was just whopping him with Billy. I'm like, is that all I had to do? So it's like, all right.
Right.
And final edition, it's like, all right, let me just get double jeopardy by TSF because of Ogies again. And yeah, the heartbreaking getting hit by a command throw for the being sent into losers was sad. It's like if I just properly safe jump, because I didn't think he would reversal command throw, so I should go the fake safe D hop low. Yeah, I just got grabbed and died. I was slowly figuring that matchup out. So the sad thing for me the whole weekend is that I never played against Didimo.
Okay.
So I don't know how I would fare against them in any game at all. And then I disappointed Gibby. They make grand finals because I lost to Kodamaru. So I actually knew what he was doing because all I ever do in Garo is just keep people with Terry Bogard. But since that guy knows better, it's like, well, I actually have to start playing this game that I lost. So yeah, so that's my thing. If it's 98 OG next year, I'll win. But it sounds like it won't be next year because apparently, Lil Bird said that Monta just wants to run FE. So, all right.
Yeah,
I'll just play what's there.
Yeah, you have to learn that that FE, dude.
I mean,
EG,
if Code Mystics could pull a miracle, then I'll be deep in there. In the meantime,
dude. I know, right? It'll be right back to the GGPO days, man.
Yeah, Gibby, come on, man, you gotta pull something. I can't just be playing El Matador all the time as my only training partner for that game. So.
Oh man. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, okay. So I haven't played King of Fighters since CO Taku. I haven't regularly played fighting game competitively in 2 or 3 years, and I took 5th, 3rd, and 3rd. So it's like I'm very ambivalent about how I feel about that. It's like I did well. But if I was actually seriously playing and actually had a serious scene, or if these companies actually cared about netcode, I could have done much better. But it is what it is. No excuses. Not getting on with my life. Hey, so that's it in a nutshell. Just gotta play more if that's possible. Do better.
Okay. Well said, man. All right, I guess it's my turn. Shit. All right, so.
Here we go. Gonna toot his own horn. I'm kidding, Desmond.
Oh man. Oh no. It's far from it, man. Like 14. What I got like 7th or something like that. All right, so I ran into Aru. His Daimon messed me up. I have some blind spots in that game with my neutral, and his Daimon just messed me up. It was 2-1 in his favor, and when I beat him the first time, I was like, okay, I think I got this. And then when his Daimon kind of started powering up and stuff against me, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, he fucked me up, knocked me into losers, and then let's see, I got out of losers. I beat Battle Spectrum, and that was the second time we played, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like I knocked him into losers, and then I knocked him out of the tournament. And it's funny. I think like the second time we played, like I think he beat me once, and I was like, oh shit. So I might lose to the person I knocked into losers, and I was getting kind of like, a little nervous about that, but I stuck it through, and I picked Nakaru for some strange reason, and he picked Chin. His Chin was like kind of his Chin was okay, but I noticed like he'll go into like max mode, and like when Chin's going to max mode, I just like spam crouch B because I know they're gonna do that roll, and it's like not invincible. And like what happened is he went into max mode, and I started like spamming crouch B, and like he freaking like hopped at me and just like hit me with like a jump in, and then like he took a game off me. I was like, oh shit, I need to be more careful. And then the next match, I got a little more careful. I took him out, got out of my pool, and then I would say that same day, I believe like 98. No. I think 02 was going on, I believe, if I clearly recall. That was a lot of fun. One thing that was kind of interesting, I played one guy on that candy cab, and I don't know if y'all remember, but y'all remember the screen on the other side was like off by like an inch or two or three.
Yeah, you couldn't see the number for how much meter player one had on that side. Yeah, you had to go by the colors.
Yeah, I had to ask people. I'm playing. I'm like, all right, yo, how much meter does Zoo guy?
Yeah,
like, 2 meters.
I'm weird like that, and I memorized like the colors for the meters and no 2UM, so like it didn't bother me that much. But I was like, man, this will piss like somebody doesn't know this.
Yeah, that was I didn't really like that too much, but I stuck it through. You know what I'm saying? I had to have people help me. But it was a good match. That was a really good match against a person that I played.
I think that's a universal quality of life thing, is color coding the level of meter that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate O2UM, and like I think Marvel does it too.
Yeah,
so,
I know
like,
for
like
sure. Like Marvel 3 did it.
Yeah, so it's like when games do that, I'm like, oh thank God, because like they knew that okay, there's a chance that this game will be played on some jank looking screen that is cut off.
Well, unfortunately for me, I didn't recognize the colors. I didn't know that would be an important part of the tournament. I didn't know they'll come in handy one day. I guess I'm gonna have to now, even though I've been playing O2UM since it dropped. I don't remember the colors of the freaking meter. So that would have been useful. Who knocked me in the losers in O2UM was TSF. He's really good. We play online a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he got me pretty good. It was 2-1, and for some odd reason, like after I beat him, I got like nervous. I was like, wait, I could actually beat this dude, like offline, like in everything, like what the hell? And I think it like kind of like clouded my judgment in some areas. And his king messed me up, knocked me into losers, and then played a couple more matches. Played against Rashikal. That was a good match. He has really good execution, but I picked King, and like I don't know, he couldn't handle 4RC, in that instance, you know what I'm saying? And his nameless was like messing me up, so I'm like, let me just step back and just like throw out a couple punches and see if he'll kind of run into him and stuff like that. But his nameless had me quite nervous because he wasn't like dropping that damn HD combo or Maximo combo with him. So, and then after that, a couple more matches, and I played Laban, and that was a fun match, man. That was a really, really fun set. You told me your button was messed up, and I was like, oh shit, man, like damn. So what's gonna happen is, if he beats me, he's gonna gloat about it. But if I beat him, he's gonna complain about it. So what the fuck?
Lose.
Actually, afterwards, I thought about it. I should have just said nothing. Like, to just be fair. Like, if I really wanted to run it, I should have just said nothing.
Right. I was
sorry about that.
No. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, damn, dude, he ain't gonna have a good working button. Because me, I would have like used someone else's stick or something. Like, no, I need my A button, man. I need to roll. I need to play 100%, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like forget this 90s arcade stuff, man, with the buttons broken, the arcade operator doesn't want to fix it.
I had Hinako and I had King. I'm like, I technically don't need an A button.
You don't. Yeah. You did. Yeah, exactly. But, that was a great match, man. That was a lot of fun, dude. And,
thank you.
And, yeah, and after I lost, I was like, damn. So, holy shit, that was that was a really really good match, man. Like Hinako was just like all over the place, man. Really good character.
I need to lab against that character because she was really messing me up last weekend.
Yeah.
Well, not last weekend. That could Lunar Bout. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then after that, did a little bit more commentary, and then watch Didimo take it in O2UM. That was good. 98 UM the next day. I played a couple matches with Didimo casuals, and he picked Kasumi. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? He hit me full screen with that air fireball. What's going on? And after I played casuals, I had to go into top 12 to play 14. Played Kenshi. Kenshi beat me. I was like, damn, Kenshi, man, you're on fire today. Holy crap, man. I could feel it like in his spirit, that he really wanted to win. And throughout the whole weekend, for some reason, I was having like execution issues. Like I couldn't do quarter circle forwards. I don't know, man. I don't know if it was just the fact that I was, in a different environment or something. I don't know if it was my stick. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if I was just feeling nervous. It was just a bunch of weird things. But yeah, I watched the match back, Elky, and yeah, I heard some commentary between you and Rome, and I dropped the comment like, man, he's being really economical with his meter. I'm like, no, I just dropped that shit, man. I ain't being economical. What the? No, if I would have.
They were trying to make you look good.
Yeah, I
American
know, but
combo,
like,
man.
but I was like, no. I dropped that shit flat out, man. I wanted to hit him with that super, but it just didn't come out, and it happened again with Mai. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man?
I always try to kind of give people benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I know. And then, but
like the only person I didn't give benefit of the doubt to during the entire tournament that I can really remember was Silver in Winners Final. Because there is no excuse for just standing there. There's no excuse.
I played him early on, before I did casuals in '98. Dude, he was messing me up, man. I'm like, dude, what the hell is? And this is my first time meeting him and everything, and like, he was tearing me up. Like it was to the point where I'm like, damn, dude, like, man, I'm like horrible at this game, man. I'm about to play Kenshi, man. Oh man, he might beat me. Like, what the hell, man? Like, and I think that kind of like carried over because I was messing up so bad playing against Silver, and then he ends up winning second, right? And I'm like, oh, go figure, And then Kenshi ends up getting top 4. I'm like, oh, okay. Why am I feeling so bad for, man? I'm playing against really good people. Like, what the?
Yeah, no, like Silver has that like really good player that just can't make it to majors. I'm pretty sure if we got him out to a major, he would perform really.
Right. Yeah. He's good, man. He's really, really good. I don't know if he just like takes it easy on me because we play online or something. I don't know. Maybe he plays. Maybe it's different. Obviously, online, offline is different. So the whole 98 thing, went through 98. That was a lot of fun. I played Dinjin. He was really good. He was really solid. Played through like Rashikel. He's really good. His like Iori was very, very good. You know what I'm saying? But EX Geese and EG, man, can just like, take that away. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good your Kyo is or Iori is, it don't matter, man. You could just spam moves with those characters and just, beat people with them. And then, I play, Laban again. That was a very good match. That was an excellent match.
Yeah, you pushed me, so yeah, you did a good job, man.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that, man. But
I know one thing. Like I forget. I think I was playing. Something else, and I came upstairs like during while 98 was being streamed, and like when I saw when I saw you start up with the EX King and like that 95 theme started playing, and I was just like, oh, Desmond's playing out of his fucking mind right now. Holy shit! Like I just put everything down and just start watching the stream.
Oh, yeah, dude. Man, like O2UM and 98UM, like, dude, I've been playing those games for like a while, man. On just like a real, just like basic kind of mid-level, man, and just those games have a special place in my heart, man. So I mean, that's why I really like playing those games, and and now afterwards, I'm actually learning new stuff with those games still, but as far as my whole like performance, you know, my placings and stuff, I thought I did okay. I just kind of wish like I had my local scene again to play all offline, and you know, because like we had one and then things kind of like split apart, people playing different games and stuff like that. But yeah, I think a lot of people kind of said that too. They're like, man, if I had like a local scene, man, I would have done a little, you know, like better or something or whatever, you know, and you know,
Yep,
maybe,
me too.
you know. All right, so yeah,
I'll tell you what
go
I do
ahead.
need. I need the recorded footage of me playing mid boss, because that mess of us just throwing supers at each other.
Yeah, y'all were brawling. Like, what was that about?
What was it? Level 2 power geyser? And then I tried to climax through it, and they just completely ignored each other. It's like, damn, all right, there's a lot more involved here than I thought.
Oh man.
Because then neither of us knew what to do. Because
Yeah,
the
you
game
both
just
kinda, like,
fell
froze
apart in
up.
front of us, and they were just, I don't know, it was like the ball had been fumbled, and no, like, is the play still on? Yeah.
It was on that recording setup?
Yeah, it was on the recording setup. So
yeah.
if we can get that recording footage, if anybody knows where that is.
I know, why they treating it like it's a black box on the airplane? Like, come
Dude,
on.
right?
I'm about to put out a tweet like right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So, question for all y'all. Who do y'all think was like your own personal like MVP, like someone that you just was impressed by gameplay wise at the tournament in whatever game? Like, for example, I'll start. I'll say like in 14, I thought Kenshi, man. Like Kenshi was
Kenshi. I was gonna
he
say
was going
Kenshi.
in hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? In 98 and 02. Like I thought LeBron was, you know, I mean, I'm not just saying this because you're on the podcast, but I thought he was like MVP, man. Like you was going in like really well, man. Like there was some good stuff, man. Like you fought hard against like TSF. You know what I'm saying? What do you think of his gameplay, man? I know you were just saying that, you know, he plays characters that you don't normally play against, but what do you think of his like overall like his skills?
They're okay. They're good. The thing is, like, if you like dissect this game, or at least from what I could think of from my memory, it's like he doesn't neutral jump, he doesn't back hop. So in terms of his defensive play, it's not really that great. Like, but I think he makes up with it with Ogies, because at least, you know, if he does air Shippukens, it changes momentum. Or if he's like playing Oyuri, then he can do air fireballs, stuff. He sometimes does it, but he doesn't do it as nearly as much as he should. So me getting in is not too bad. Like, if you look to the end of the loser set against him, like, even in my last game, which I still lost, I still got to his Ogies by almost OCVing with Kyo. Like, so I was pretty much figuring out AG and stopping his AG and stopping his Yuri. It's just I wish I had the juice to, like, you know, clutch it out at the very end. So it's like overall solid. It's like standard fare. I hate to say it. It's like, because me, I'll say for my point of reference, like if I hop on GGPO right now, I play 98. I'm just a mid-level player in the grand scheme of things. So if you use that as a point of reference, he's about my level or less. So it's like we're both okay-ish players. That's why I was curious, of wanting to play DDMO, so I could, like, you know, it's one thing to watch him, it's another thing to play him, and so I can make an assessment. So no assessment for DDMO, but based off of TSF's play, it's like there's a lot of things we could both work on. But yeah, when I played him last year at Neo Geo World Tour at MagFest, I just completely ripped him apart with KO. Like, I only did neutral hop D and back hop D, and his diamond died, all of his other characters died, and I got an easy win to get into grand final. So, but that's OG. So again, with UM and having to adjust with Kyo having a smaller activation range for his close C, slightly worse hitboxes, and then like learning all these new matchups, it's like, okay, kind of even the playing field a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the most critical errors I've done is like, yeah, I didn't do maximum punishes because I was that nervous, because it's me not being like tournament ready. I could have done more damage output. There's some times when I was Leona where I could have kept running underneath fireballs, but I didn't commit.
You did that a lot against me, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just neutral jump and try to stop him or something.
Oh no! If you neutral jump, then I'll just run under you, then get a crouch B anti-air cross under.
Mm-hmm.
So the way to stop her is use lows.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Maybe just like crouch A or something, or
yeah. But then that's another conundrum. Like if you overcommit to like let's say a sweep, stop me.
Yeah.
Then I'll just hop on you and hit you, then go into a combo.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you whiff, then I can just whiff punish with my sweep, and my sweep is like one of the best in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still like a very tenuous situation. Like I'm not gonna be doing the biggest damage against you, but you're never gonna get momentum over me for the most part. Not even in like a zoning matchup because I'll just run stuff. Like you have to play Iori, then like play well, keep me or anyone with a ground fireball. So I'd say even like fireball KO would have been a decent matchup.
Ooh, yeah.
For her.
Yeah. Okay.
So my MVP is on this podcast right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Goes by name Desmond KOF.
Hey, yeah.
Desmond, you got what was it? 4th in both KOF, 2K2 UM and FE. I forgot how you did in the other 2 games, but you did. But when I was talking to you about it, you said you were there to have fun. You haven't been competitive in a while. Basically you were essentially downplaying yourself the entire time, whether you realize it or not. And then when I watched your performance, I'm like, man, he's fucking people up. Look at him. I'm proud of this. I'm happy. And you had a good time doing it the entire time. And that was like one of the best things about it. And I like seeing that. I like seeing people's like, because what was the last event you went to?
Combo Breaker.
So it's been roughly 6 to 8 months since you actually went to something.
Yeah.
And you come to this, would you say it was on a whim, kind of?
Sort of. I wasn't like expecting to place very high at all because I'm like, yo, there's gonna be a lot of good people there, But I wasn't gonna like let people beat me by any chance or stretch of the imagination. Yeah. But that you're 100% right, dude. I was like, yo, I'm just here to have fun, meet some people, see what's up the East Coast scene, see people I haven't seen in a while, meet some new people. Mm-hmm. Tournament, bracket, that was like the least thing I was thinking of, But it's funny when you get into the actual match, you're like, wait, hold on, man. Wait, no. I gotta at least try,
Yeah. And you did great. I know I gotta watch your if you were on stream at all for 13 and 14. I do want to watch that because I honestly didn't see you play those games outside of casuals.
Yeah, I didn't play 13. I just played 14. Yeah.
Oh, just 14? Okay. Yeah, so I didn't see you play that on stream. But I do want to go back and watch that because I played you 2 games in casuals. Like it was my first time touching 14 in like 6-ish months, maybe longer. I forgot. But I had fun. I'm like, all right, Desmond knows what he's doing. I can't dick around with do dumb dinosaur shit because it was working against everybody else. Didn't work against you. I'm like, all right, so Desmond's probably gonna do well because I was watching everybody play, like trying to assess their skill levels on how they're doing. I was telling Abe this when I watched Didimo play FE. He was the only person doing quick max stuff. He was using it to make everything safe. He was using it to combo into, and right away I'm like, he's gonna win this shit.
Yeah,
because no one's gonna be able to deal with this. And I know it sounds shitty. Like Didimo destroyed everybody, right? Whatever. He's great. But he's just generally an overall good fighting game player. And that's good. Like I'm not taking anything away from him. But I want to shine the light on someone else. And that someone else is you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Second place would be, I don't want to say MVP. I want to say it could have been so much better. And I'm gonna go with Aru. I feel bad for him because in 5 special grand finals, the monitor cut off in the middle of a match.
Yeah, that happened to me during teams too. Like on the stream stuff upstairs, right?
Yeah, it happened on stream.
Yeah.
And it took Art 15-20 minutes to troubleshoot it, and all he had to do was turn it back on. I felt bad. I really felt bad. But yeah, I was genuinely frustrated with that. Some people heard it in my voice when I yelled. I actually yelled at Art, like, "Hey, there's like something wrong with the monitor," because he ignored the players when they're doing this shit. But that shit sucked. The one frustrating. Sorry, one frustrating thing about the tournament was the retro room. Like, it's great having it all on original hardware, but with all the complications and all the issues that we had due to that, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but it made things much worse than they would have been if we just, like, I don't know, use the PS4 port or something.
Yeah.
Would have ran much smoother down there.
Xbox 360, maybe for 02 UM.
Oh shit, 360. And 2K2 UM, we use the arcade, the original version of the arcade.
Yeah, is that
and everyone's
pre Togeki?
Yes, so that's pre Togeki.
Oh.
And a lot of people that were playing on 2K2 UM there have been practicing on the Steam version. And I had Vicky come up to me and she's just like, I don't know what's wrong. This isn't working. That's not working. It's just strange. I don't know why. I don't miss this stuff even when I play at home or online or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, you're playing on the original 2K2. And
Okay.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is 2K2 UM. This is not 2K2 UM like with updates and all the patches.
Oh
and,
wow.
That's the other bad thing about it. That's the one negative for this tournament for me.
But that was
it was on arcade hardware. But
that was only on the cab, right?
Yeah, that was one on the cab because it was on the Y2 boards.
Gotcha.
And no one was really. When everyone hears 2K2 UM, there's just 2K2 UM, so they're gonna go with the latest version on Steam. So when they go back and play, it's basically going back from playing KOF14 now to playing KOF 1.0. Not that drastic of a difference, but it's got minor differences, slight balance issues. It removes some glitches, stuff like that. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That means we could have done KO1 damage output, and he not go back to him 100%. Yo.
I don't think I played any characters that got dramatically changed between versions, so I didn't really feel the difference as far as like me playing anyway. I mean, maybe a difference is what mattered in a match if I was playing against or something, but yeah.
I mean, the things I just said are the two main differences. Otherwise, it might be just like very subtle, like, oh, the frames, maybe might be like 1 frame off or whatever.
Right.
The speed the board runs at, versus Steam.
It's frames and hitboxes from what I remember being told.
Wow. Damn.
If it's hitboxes, then that's very significant.
Yeah, and it's not all across the board. It's just some characters were changed while others were left the same.
Yeah.
So that's the bad part. But yeah, that's it. Desmond, MVP. That's you. Also, thanks for letting me crash with you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Double MVP. Yeah.
No problem, man. It was
Most
fun.
valuable landlord.
It was a lot of fun. Yo, going to Brooklyn Video Games was fun. I don't mean to.
I missed
that. I really wanted to go. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance, but I did want to pop in there.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a nice store. Shout out to Brooklyn Video Games.
Brooklyn Video Games was great. Really small spot, 2 cabs. They have I was counting how many players they have there that come for 2K2. I think it's like 24.
Oh,
24 to 30. Yeah, on that sheet.
Yeah, yep.
And I think exactly 0 of them showed up to this event, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they did show because I've watched them play.
They're good.
And they're great. And like Esteban was trying to convince them to go. Montel was trying to convince them to go. Nothing.
I mean, let's forget for running UM, like.
Yeah, they only like the ratchet shit.
And they all hate the pre-registered. Jesus Christ.
Damn, I thought I was the only person that called that ratchet. Go ahead, Lamont.
Yeah, so it's like you either run like both games or you run O2 original. If you want numbers to come out, in my opinion. It's up to the organizers, but I feel like OGs should be ran like Slugfest and original 2002. But that's what it is.
Okay. Any other MVPs people like to bestow?
Yeah, I'll. Marco's gonna hate me for this. Always gonna hate me for this. I talked about it on commentary, but Tam's level of improvement was so dramatic from last year.
Tam's son.
Tam's son. Took me by complete surprise, and I didn't have to run into him in bracket, but I played him in casuals, and I was watching him play other people, and it looked like he had spent this past year just grinding probably harder than anyone else, because everybody else was pretty much, everybody was better, but it seemed like the rate of improvement was fairly uniform. So the people that were really good, or there were a couple of levels below them, everybody just kind of moved as one mass up. But he shot up because I believe he like busted it into like top 12. And where he was last year, that just wouldn't have happened. And this year he was scaring people left and right. And he was intimidating to play against because he was just so solid. It wasn't that he had crazy tech. It was just he had a game plan and he was just dead set on it. And anything that interrupted it, he just reestablished it. It was really good. And on a quick side note, I also want to shout out French Boy. French Boy, from being like a nervous wreck, like never having been to a city like New York before, running in, he was the one that inherited the train problem on Friday with the lines coming into Brooklyn. Like I kept getting notices when I was heading in that there was going to be delays and, you know, service outages and all this, but I didn't really notice it. It hit him hard. He ended up getting stranded around like Barclays.
Oh boy.
And
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Nightmare scenario. First time in New York. No idea what he's doing. Phone literally dead. Stuck on the middle of the of MTA. That got rerouted and put somewhere else. He's totally lost. It's kind of funny. Yeah, but we got him. Yeah, luckily he got helped out by a friendly New Yorker who got him an Uber and got him on the right path. So.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah.
That dude was cool.
He went from that, showed up, had to play Shadow 780 first round, and you know, it's first time to a tournament. Of course, he got seeded against somebody like Shadow, right? Not a shred of fear. He played exactly the same way I've been watching him play for like the past year. He did, like, if he felt like doing something, he just did it. He hit raw shades on him, like on Wake Up. Just not a single shit given.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
stone cold. Yeah.
And then on top of that, openly requested people to play 01 with him with not a single bit of irony in his voice.
He had the straightest face, and like we all know the stigma that 01 has, so we don't have to discuss it.
What stigma? That's one of the greatest KOFs.
Along
Greatest?
with Neo Wave.
Literally in my top 3 KOFs. all right?
The only thing I like about 01 is that for some godforsaken reason, Iori's records are special cancelable. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but I was like, okay, I can play Iori in this game. But the absolute balls that man had to just, hey, who wants to play 01? And people played. Like, it wasn't just like, people were just like
on
you know that
PlayStation 2.
you know that one picture with all the girls at the party and it just giving you that disgusting look. Like I thought that was gonna happen, but like people actually played with him. I was surprised.
Dude, I sat down at that 01 station and I didn't leave till the game got turned off.
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Magic Plus. I will play Magic Plus.
Is the PS2 version like an inferior port or something? Or?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, for avenues that 01 is available, you're better off just buying the ACA on PS4 or something like that. But they ran it on PS2, and they got down. Yeah, there's the picture. It's just like they got the CRT and everything.
Wow. Yeah, but shout out to French Boy Grind, man. I remember meeting him for the first time. Like, yeah, I'm French Boy Grind. I was like, oh, man, nice to meet you, man. Bless your soul, dude. Yeah, I came from Kentucky. I was like, oh, hell yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, cool dude, man. Really, really cool, man.
Yeah, he's my homie. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Any other MVPs or, that?
Yeah, I want to give one. It's and this is actually it's almost like a total cop-out answer, but, it's a tournament, you come to compete. Gibby, honestly, like just winner's side run, completely dominant in Garo. Like he tweeted it out himself, but shout outs to broken old men winning broken old games. Like,
Thank you. My arthritis is flattered.
Yeah. And then And then I want to mention Marco Polo too, because he winner's side, KOF 14. I don't think Marco dropped a single game, and that definitely makes a statement. Says something about his level, how good a player he is. Just dominant performance, and also shout out to him for helping arrange the event. And in addition to that, I mean, we'd be amiss to not mention Didimo, who's just an absolutely insane player, like just mind blowing. The way he came back in the games he did, Samurai Showdown, Grand Finals Reset, and also King of Fighters 13. His run back was just, excellent play. You can't take anything away from that guy. So shout outs to him for coming, and dominant performances.
Yeah, he's good, man. Like, this might be kind of a naive question, but like, man, how is he so good, man? Like, I just heard of him just like a year or two ago, and he's just stumping on everybody, man. He just came just from the earth, and just he's dominating all over the place.
Simple answer: he's from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Brazil.
Because it's like, okay, let's look at it like this. Like, I don't know when he started playing King of Fighters, but let's presume he's a legacy player. He actually started playing in the 90s or like early 2000s. Like, let's look at the population density of Brazil, the people who play King of Fighters, and like all the SNK games, and then the ability to be able to play each other quite often and frequently. Like, it's like if you flown a Japanese player out to Lunar Bout, like they just have the resources to play a lot, play well, play at a high caliber against people who also want to win that hard, and then bring him to a tournament like this. Like, of course he do well. I don't know where he currently lives, because it sounds like he's West Coast now.
I thought he lives in Las Vegas, maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
But like anyone who's like, not from the USA and actually lived in an area with the scene, like they're forced to be reckoned with. That's just the reality of it.
Right.
Because like I hop on GGPO or Fightcade, play against any no name or like nothing, no one like super popular, and then they're just really good. There's a lot of hidden talent out there. They just don't have the means to travel out of, like, for example, Brazil up to North America, or fly out to Japan to just prove themselves.
Yeah.
Or like look all the hidden talent in Turkey, Pakistan, Morocco, just African continent in general. Like, there's so many people like Didimo and have Didimo stories and have that will to win, play well. They're just not, given. They just don't have the privilege to come out here like that. It's sad. But
I saw a tweet earlier this week that actually made a good point, that even though KOF and SNK games in general don't really shine that well in America compared to other games, just about everywhere else in the world, it's pretty popular. They're pretty popular games. And there's probably, like the bomb just said, there's probably like a ton of killers that we don't even know about. And if we were able to just get them out, like that'd probably be like one of the bloodiest tournaments that we've probably seen for those games. Like, because it's just like, if you look at, like, let's just narrow the scope to KOF. So it's like, you go, obviously when people hear KOF, they think Mexico, South America, Japan, sometimes Korea, but people forget about, Africa, Europe, Middle East. Like, these games, and that's what KOF was supposed to be, because when they first made 94, they were like, okay, let's, like, back when teams used to represent regions, not necessarily like certain series or anything like that.
Right.
And it's just like that, like back in the 90s, that actually, I don't want to say brought the world together, but it's just like it got a lot of people playing at one time, and that persisted through the 90s. So a lot of those people are still playing. Like, I guarantee if they were all able to come out, one, our tournament numbers will be ridiculous. Like, nobody can really argue against us at that point. But on top of that, it's just like the pure showcase of talent. You would see a tournament run, and you'll be like, I have no idea who's going to make top 8. Like, you would just be confused and just have to wait and see how it plays out.
Like, for real, like, because I'm only good at 98 because of GGPO and Fightcade. Imagine if a modern game had that same caliber or even better of netcode,
Mhm.
then that opens all of West Coast playing Korea. That opens all of East Coast playing, wherever like on the African and European continent, as well as like South America. Yeah, like it would open us up to even just playing Mexico with a stable connection. Whereas we see, in Blow Up Tuesdays, people complaining about, oh, Mexican region players entering online tournaments because the connection's too unstable. Like the dynamic and the narrative of like who are good in the world will drastically change if we had a proper infrastructure for these games. It will shine a light on like where the real talent really is.
If we like, there were so many connections that I've had show up on Friday night that are this close to being really good. Like the connection to the guys on Team Nests, the times that I've tried to play Christina, a higher quality net code would make it so that I could have real sets against players of that caliber, readily available, and I could do it a few times a week. And that's going outside of just the, like within their own country. There are so many. If everybody was able to play with, that level of an experience, it would bring us up. I think it would help bring us up to a point where we'd be more globally competitive, and it would do better for the game around the world. Because even these, the ones that are just on the edge of being able to play one another in a viable way, like the competitive level of this game would be, speaking of 14, would be so much higher. Because one of the things I think is going to be really sad is when by the time 15 comes out, is that 14 is not going to be fully explored anywhere near to its limit by the time 15 drops and people for the most part, move on to the next game, because we haven't had enough people playing at a high enough level, at a tight enough concentration, in order to have to come out with the number of counter plays and a level of tech that is going to show off, what could have been done in 4 or 5 years. And that's, to me, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking to see, like, oh, well, that game's not being competed, not really seen as competitive anymore, and there's just that much unexplored.
Right.
I mean, it's part of the reason why I stopped playing fighting games in general. It's like, I'm tired of being heartbroken by not being able to play people like you, play people overseas to just grind up. It's like, what, I'm just going to go 2-2 at a tournament again because I got hit by a gimmick because, I don't play the game because there's nobody to play a game with. And then, yeah, let's talk about locals. Let's talk about NorCal. It's like, all right, if people don't want to go to local tournaments because they didn't have enough online practice to really get, their feet wet and get comfortable, then yeah, they're going to be, not willing to come to a local, even though it's reachable. Like, I mean, when I started off, it's like I was just a nobody GGPL player, and I just went to SCA and just, bought people in 13. But if I never had GGPL, I would have never had that level of skill or comfort to even go to SCA. I would have just been a fan, just watching the streams, being a stream on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, some interesting.
So like when I met Denton Loops, at the event, he's like, "Oh, I actually got to meet Dilaban," and I'm like, "Bro."
Dilaba.
In my mind, I'm like, I'm still nobody, because he said that he used to watch my tutorial videos, and then Danny J's tutorial videos and everything, and then yeah, he grinded online, he grinded his local. Then he came out to New York City because he told me he's surprised that he's even there at next level playing King of Fighters with people like me. And me, it's also in like, the reverse, like, damn, I'm actually out here in next level. Whereas like 10 years ago, I was, just online nobody. So it's just like, online is just, go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to agree with you. It's just like, a lot of us started from the same place. It's just we weren't really together. And the fact that we had a tournament where we could just all come together, like that honestly, results aside, issues with the equipment or whatever aside, that was the prime like shine of that tournament. It's just like wow, we're really all here. Like especially when I'm looking at the pre-reg list, like say like that, maybe like that Tuesday of that week, and I'm looking through the pre-reg list, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like typical New York, New Jersey, East Coast. Like I'm looking at these people here. I'm like, wait, LeBron's coming, Gibby's coming, Rashiko, not Rashiko. Who else? Didimo. I'm like, oh my god, okay, this is like, this is bigger than I thought it was. Like I wasn't really expecting. Like I was expecting a higher turnout than last year, but it's more like I wasn't expecting that big of a jump from one year to the next, and that's why I'm like, man, like I'm really, I'm not gonna say concerned. I'm more like I'm just curious, like how much is gonna go for next year. Like all right, 2021, like especially if 15 hits the ground running the right way, and we get more people interested in that, because you know how KOF is. If if people play the latest one and they like it, some people will get curious and they'll play the older one. So it's just like, all right, like some people are going to go back to 14 and play that, or going to go back to 9802 and play that, or 13 or whatever. So it's just like all it takes is that one KOF that you like to get people curious enough to try the other ones, and next thing you know, we have more people who are willing to play like 4 or 5 different KOF games at a tournament at a time, which logistically is a nightmare. But as far as the player base, not just Vizio, but yeah, it's just like those, like overall it means more KOF players, because at the end of the day, that's what I want. I don't care which one you're playing. If if you're playing a KOF game, then like you're welcome.
All right. Gibby, man, question for you. So how do you feel about the whole like what we were talking about earlier, better net play kind of expanding the competition a bit, because more people can play each other in different areas and in regions, kind of what Laban and Dizzy and Elky was kind of expressing earlier.
So it's most definitely needed. Like with Samurai Shodown 5 Special and Mark of the Wolves, it's proven that it's going to increase the player pool. It's going to increase interest. Will everybody stick with it? No, but it'll be good for the current player base, and it'll just add more to the player base. I imagine you asked me this because I put up that tweet about SNK needing to actually buy Code Mystics or acquire Code Mystics, or like license out their net code.
That was a good thread.
Every game. They really need to do it. Like they have to.
Or else somebody else will.
Or else somebody else will.
Yeah,
you're right. Scary. You're not wrong on it. But it's definitely needed. Like I personally don't play very much on Fightcade, GGPO, or just anything, and it's not because of the online. It's because of the emulation for me personally. The emulation was never really accurate for any of the games, and there were like little issues here and there that just drove me nuts. So I just stopped. Not everybody's as picky as I am, but with online, people are much pickier than I am, and I get that. Samurai Shodown 5 Special and Mark of the Wolves right now, I think those two and Killer Instinct are the best online games to play. I've been playing people in Latin America, and some of the connections have been shit. Most of the connections have been shit, to be honest with you. But I played someone in Brazil who I can never play on Fightcade or GGPO. It was like I had to set to 2-3 frames of delay, and it was smooth. It was steady. There was no teleporting, no issues. It was great. I've played people in Japan. I played people all the way in New York. Playing people in New York from SoCal was perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. It's ridiculous. Like I want more of this in everything we play. Imagine putting this in KOF 14. We'll say.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just put it in an existing game. Let's say 14. Imagine what it'll do for that. It'll breathe new life into the game again, because everyone stopped playing it because I can't, like me personally, I can't play East Coast. I can barely play like Midwest. I can barely play Texas. I can play Abe in California. I can play Hell Pockets Connects and shit. You can't really play him in anything. But I can play I can play SoCal. But I can't play like further out. It just the quality of the connection degrades heavily. And I want to see players like say Deshibo play without online, or without the issues with lag and slowdown and stuttering input drops. I want to see what it does for the players, because not only will it increase the player pool, it'll encourage people to play. They will become better players because they won't have that random lag factor hurting them. And it's definitely something we need. And I know people have been bugging SNK about it, and is it working? I don't know. We got 5 special, and we got Mark of the Wolves to get it, but like, I don't know. FE needs it. needs it. 13, 14. Sam shows they're like right now. That's the game that they're selling to make money.
Yeah.
That shit needs good online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs it to come out. Like 14 and well, I think 14 is the ship is kind of sailed as far as updating it, but yeah.
But as far as updating it, yeah, ship is sailed, but there's still a player base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think 14's lobby system was more well received than Sam shows.
Sam shows online as a whole is trash. It is garbage. The lobby system is also trash. If anybody tries to defend it, just write them off. Block them on Twitter. There you go.
Early on, the lobby system was inherited from SNK Heroines, if y'all remember.
Oh, really?
Well, Heroines was it was a carbon copy 14 lobby, and the thing with that is like, I didn't get to play it online much because the player base was kind of like dwindled like right away, understandably so considering the type of game it was. But the little I played of it, when it was like 14, where it's like if connections were good, it was great. Well, not great, playable. But it was just like to see, because I personally think 14 isn't great either, but it's a massive improvement over 13. 13 is just as soon as I saw that, like what I had to deal with to play 13 online, that made me put the game down. I was just like, yeah, I can't, like, especially a game like this where execution is key. I'm I can't play this game online. Like it's not happening.
Yeah, you drop a combo, you dead.
Exactly. But it's just like, well, that's if they can even finish their combo because
Yep.
But it's just like, so 14 was an improvement, but it can still be better. And to see them do better than 13 for 14 and then take a step back for Samsung, I was just like, ooh, that's not a good look.
Yeah, because feature-wise, 14 was pretty good. Like, but I've gotten a lot of use out of party mode, out of series, tournament, and I even started getting use out of elim, which I thought was a useless feature until like I ran into the issue of some people just coming in and being really dominant.
Marco.
Not to name names. But yeah, the whole idea of being able to allow the newest or least developed player to grind and face a variety of opponents, and that fact that the salt is a lot easier to swallow when you get to play again, and it ended up being like really useful. And I hope that a lot of that stuff is carried forward to the next game because I really saw the value in it.
Yeah, for sure. Even something simple like practice while you wait in a lobby, or what I'm saying, and play a match. That'll be like really cool. All right. So, why don't we start wrapping things up a little bit? It's funny. I wrote down a bunch of questions, man, and it'll take us a while to get through all these. Yeah. So why don't we take a look at some pictures, man? Of photos that we've taken, some candid ones, also from
family vacation slideshow we got.
Yeah. Let me set it up real quick. Hold on, everybody.
Oh man, dim the lights and get the clicker.
Oh yeah. One second. So yeah, we're gonna show some pictures. Don't worry, there's not gonna be no like sentimental music behind them. We're gonna talk about
I want an emotional slideshow.
I mean, considering everybody else,
it ain't gonna be like no anime or whatever.
The anime ED.
Yeah. Oh, I know the sentimental.
Your play Fly Me to the Moon.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Can y'all see my screen share?
Oh.
It's like reverse, sort of.
Yeah,
you Dream Cancel Live.
Yeah, you have become the logo.
Okay, all right, great. All right, here's some pictures. Let's see.
Can't believe Desmond is Dream Cancel IRL.
All right. We got people playing. Dude brought a Saturn on Sunday. I remember that.
Oh, with that jank. Like,
Oh my
Raiders
god, that was awesome.
FF3 port. Oh, what was the frame? Oh, what was the FPS on that?
Fury 3 on Saturn.
Oh,
Or RAM cards were a thing for Saturn, so everything ran like shit.
Damn, that's horrible.
This was brought by Neo Rasa, or he goes by something Skull. Shit.
God bless the Saturn, but Jesus.
Yeah, it's not normally supposed to be like that, but yeah, like Gibby said, yeah, that's the reason why it's like that. You know?
Yeah.
It's off of a cartridge, and you know it was not optimized for the Saturn.
Yeah, unfortunately. Here's another one. Oh, we already saw this one. People playing 02. Excuse me, 01.
Oh, that's me and Lawn Gnome.
Oh yeah. Oh, no. Shout out to Lawn Gnome.
I told you I didn't get off that station as soon as the game went on.
Okay. All right.
I love how elated Lawn Gnome is in that picture.
Yeah, he's just. I don't know if he's pissed or
I think
if
he's salty. I think I
Yeah.
did some ratchet shit to him. Yeah.
He just looks. It looks like he's just over the moon happy about being able to play 01.
Oh man, that's
this picture's raw. I like this.
That's beautiful. Let's see. What's this one? All right. This is like just during 14 tournament maybe.
This is 14 because Elk is playing.
Yeah, it's 14 casuals. Looks like.
Okay.
I'm playing. Oh
Yeah,
shit! I'm
you're right
playing
there in the
5.
Yeah, that was the only thing you played that weekend, so that's how I knew it was 14.
That's French boy.
All I played that weekend was that and Super Turbo.
Yeah, and NFC.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it going. And this is outside. Next level. You know, nice shot of the sign and the door. I like that old school door, man. That's beautiful right there.
You should have got a shot of all of us waiting out there before they opened up on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I should. Here's another one. This is the basement.
Oh, by the way, shout outs to collectible card games keeping our venues alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely. That's a common trait I'm starting to see.
Yeah,
with,
me too,
venues
man.
like
Card
that.
shops, you know, hosting casuals and you know,
I mean,
video gaming.
Between like what, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. What's the other one they're playing?
Magic.
Magic, especially Magic. Oh my god, like so much money to be made there.
By Schwartz. Whichever, how many.
They seem to outlive like the PC cafes in a sense, in my opinion. You know. They don't
Oh,
seem
definitely.
any-
I can't remember the last time I saw a
Yeah.
PC cafe.
Yeah, me either.
Listen, fighting games live behind a shield of card games and Smash.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you're just
here you
gonna
go,
sneak in.
There's Elkie right here, and DZ right. I think a person next to DZ and Elkie right there.
That's what's to my right.
Am I in that photo at all?
Yeah, you're there.
Where?
That's me. That's you, Retro, and me. Like
You're right there on the edge,
starting
Oki.
from the left.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's me. Oh shit! Damn, I look like shit.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I see
I'm
Broken
one-
Lawn. I see Brazelberg, Marco Polo. I see his hat. And, I think that's, if we zoom in more, maybe that's Kenji with the plaid. No, that's someone else.
Mid boss
I see-
is in the.
I see
I
two
think.
people with the same plaid.
Well, there. That's Wise guy like behind Marco. I can't tell who he's.
Isn't that mid boss in the flannel?
I think that's
Yeah, it's mid Boston flannel.
Ah, okay. Okay, great. All right,
It's
cool.
Bars of Bragg playing with Marco.
Okay. All right, nice. This is a group picture. Let's see. Oh my gosh. We see someone
Yeah, I
birds.
posted that. Yeah.
Oh my
Man.
god, y'all really brought out the gang in this picture.
Wow.
Like
Sam show, baby.
Yeah. Oh, look at y'all doing the NWO little sweet thing right there. Wow, man, y'all brought it back. From Marco, man, and
he's like, who is that hooligan?
The no look too sweet. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And was that Datagram all the way on the
Yeah,
The edge?
that's Datagram's right below Animal right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah. Shout outs to him for running that production table the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And whenever like he had problems with it, he'll snap it right back up. So big shouts to him for sure. Let's see.
Yeah, streaming is a blow up, but he does his best to like have it be as little of a blow up as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no, you can't make a perfect stream. You just try to
Salvage as best you can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. All right, and I think this was the last one I'm going to show, and then we're going to wrap up. This is the big group picture, man. This is
I love this picture. I love this picture so much.
Yeah, this is great. This is
Yeah, it's good.
For some reason, Kentucky was hiding in the basement.
All right, let's try to zoom.
No, I got a fist up. I got a fist up way in the
Where
back
are
left.
you? Oh, okay.
So we got Rome right here. Oh, this is Tamashi Eater, right here with the in the.
Which one? Yeah, that's Tamashi.
Yeah, that's Tamashi.
Tamashi right here. And
Yep.
All right, and I see Marco. Who's the person next to him? I don't recognize.
Oh well, there's Andy OCR.
Okay.
And then Rome.
Okay. And I see Didimo. Look at this dude.
Yeah, Didimo.
Looking like a Marvel Cinematic Universe villain.
Damn, he's mean mugging, dude.
He's
He's like, can we please get this over with so everybody can get away from me?
Look at this dude. Look at this guy, man. We got Broken Law Gnome right there. Oh, look at El Matador. Yo, shouts out to him, man. He had a good fight against Didi Mokov in 13. Yeah. All right. Look at LeBron styling.
Yeah, like what's with this pretty girl pose? I like.
You know what that is? That's
Oh,
Disney Channel original movie looking.
If y'all see my
Accurate.
the whole week, I'm just taking glamour shots and like all these like. If I could shout out this really quickly, do y'all know that like quote unquote 50-year-old Japanese housewife that follows like all of the FGC on Twitter?
No.
She follows, like, a lot of
That's news.
Rome does. I'm sure Rome does.
You gotta post that link, man.
Yeah. So she follows me, but then well, along with a lot of North American and then like Japanese players, but she did this thing where she posted on Twitter. And it's like, oh, I want to start this business on Etsy where if you put in your full body photograph, she'll make a doll out of to represent you, from the photograph. So she said she wanted to pick 2 people out of the comments and like at a raffle to make dolls out of. And guess who won that raffle? It was me. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't have a lot of full body photos, so I need to do it while I'm here in New York. So I had Vicky, take pictures of me in the basement. So I had my Mark New York jacket, my Tim's on.
Yeah.
Thank you for nothing shirt. So, and then the next day when I was wearing the MagFest, floral print, shirt that had the Donkey Kong socks. And
I remember that. I commented on it.
Yeah. Then I think it was Domino who took photos of me for that. So I'm just trying to get as many full body shots as I can so we could send this lady some reference photos.
Well,
She ultimately sent on the Tim's photo.
Can I at least put in a photo of you submitting you submitting a photo of wearing your current gear? Because I think
this?
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, so I bought this at a whim on a grocery outlet and they're selling it for half off. So I went in trying to get some spinach and some like fresh mozzarella, and then I saw this. I'm like, I just had to get it. Like, let's see. I'll just look at the camera. Yeah, it's full body.
That's a onesie?
Yeah, medium onesie.
Wow.
It barely fits.
Wow.
And it's very comfy. I tried to put on the sloth one earlier, it didn't fit. So
All right. Let's keep going through these.
That aside.
This is right here with the peace signs, kind of looking like a young.
Richard Nixon.
Young Richard Nixon. Yeah.
Not a crook.
Why doesn't that head look like it was originally there? It looks like it was shopped in.
Yeah. That is what's the name? Odabugs.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
the hitbox viewer for I think it was O2UM maybe, and if I
Well, bless his soul if it really did that.
Yeah.
And if he didn't, still bless his soul.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going up. All right, I see Kenshi with the Sailor Moon. Vicky sign. Well, that's me kind of in the middle with the glasses reflecting off.
Yeah, the glare of your glasses is like ridiculous. When
Yeah, for sure. I knew it was gonna happen too. We got Salsamia, then we have Vicky all the way in the back with the arm straight up. Some other people's, I'm not.
I'm right behind you, Desmond. I'm kind of hidden. Yep. Yeah, that's me with the.
Oh, there's your hat. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's funny you said that, and I turned around in my chair.
I'm not that good. Shit, I'm not that good. Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going. Yo, look at Denjin, man, with the fro. You can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't mistake that. Yeah.
Look at TSF. You see him? He's right under Denjin.
Okay.
Man,
there's so much personality in this photo. Jesus.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. Oh, he was Brazelberg. Look at this. Oh man.
That is the most
look at you.
photo of all time.
Yeah.
It looked like
I
someone just
actually don't know which one's the actual video feed or which one's the picture, to be honest.
You know, you see me, and then you see Aru right next to me. Two completely different attitudes right there.
Aru looking like a
people.
proud father of
Look how happy he is. Just look
100.
at me like, well, I guess I'm here, guys.
I guess I'm in the photo.
Yeah.
The great thing is that you both have the same head angle tilt. Just completely different.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at Elkie right there.
Yeah, check us out.
Handsome man.
Oh.
And who's this person with this with this pose?
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting pose. I'm surprised it didn't fall over.
Right.
Looks like that meme guy from that 2DX video. I'll leave it at
Wait, that's I recognize the jersey. Oh my god. I'm gonna remember the name like after the podcast and then just like at everybody on Twitter, but like it was this guy. Oh my god, I can't remember.
Well, let's see what people saying in the chat.
It's kind of impressive. There's this many people in one photo, and so far I've only
missing
noticed
person.
Missing person. Yeah, there we go. Missing person.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, for sure. Let's see. And
Doggo.
I think that's kind of. I won't say that's it, but yo, who else? All the way in the back. Holy crap.
And you know what the crazy part is, if you compare this to last year's picture, there's like way more people in it. So it's like
there's way more people in this.
There's way more people than the one from last year.
We're gonna have to get like scaffold or bleachers next year to get more people in the shot because this is about max.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot, man. Really, really beautiful. Good to be a part of it. But yeah, man.
Dude, and I'm trying to somebody say his name, but the photographer.
Michael
Dink.
Dink?
Yeah.
It's right there at the bottom.
Yeah. Michael Dink did a fantastic job. A lot of the shots the shots that he got at the event were amazing, and it's a miracle he survived landing on all the shit that he had to get up on in order to take this angle.
Yeah. Because like didn't they have to move back like twice, like to make sure they got everybody in it?
Mm-hmm. It's like come forward, because they needed as much floor space as possible in order to get everybody in.
All right. So yo, let's get up out of here, man. Anyone have any lasting thoughts about Lunar Bout at all? Or
I do need to say one thing before we get off here. I have to thank DZ and Party Barge one more time because I would not have been able to go without you guys. Like you guys seriously made it possible. Otherwise, there was no way I was going to be able to go.
No, you had to go, and the only reason that you had to go is because I was telling you, like all the time that you've grinded and like put time into 14. I was like, there's going to be 2 notable events this year because we're either getting 15 at the end of this year or early next year. So you need to go to Lunar Bout and you need to go to Combo. And I was like, if you don't go to Combo Breaker, then there's no way you're missing Lunar Bout. So you had to go.
Yeah, was happy to help, man. I wanted to meet you and Yeah, they put your ass to work for sure. So you had to go. So
All right. Yo, let's throw some shout outs in the air. Get up out here.
All right.
Cool. Why don't we start with you know what? Let me start with Gibby, man. Gibby, you got any shout outs?
Shout outs to Monta, Datagram, Meta Abe, fuck Hell Pockets. No shout outs to SNK for not supporting the event. Who else? Who else we got? Hold on. Who else we got? I got some people. Oh, Cruz for helping out with all the technical stuff going on downstairs, because Art sure as shit couldn't figure all that out by himself. Esteban for showing up, same thing. Shout out to Nocturnal for supporting me in chat and knowing exactly what was going on during Mark of the Wolves. And to the entirety of the East Coast community for showing up, putting on an amazing event. This is genuinely the biggest and best SNK event. That's the biggest event that has happened for SNK and the best SNK event in my opinion. I've been to plenty, and I can tell you that this is generally one of the best. Like when 2K1 got fired up, we got fucking Reassertion, hey, there's 2K1 downstairs. Like the fuck, and then boom, I'm downstairs. But it was genuinely a phenomenal event. Everyone did an amazing job putting it together. Marco Polo as well. He helped out with like shit. He was on the mic the entire time. He was running around the entire time. I think he was had Modelo's in both hands at one point.
Bro,
And then
I
he
had
housed what, like 4 or 5 of us or something like that.
so many Modelos handed to me, and I'm like, sure, I guess I'll drink this.
I
was
still
putting
say if there is a single sponsorship we should pursue.
It's got to be Modelo, yeah.
Oh.
But with that, like, not a joke. I was just talking to people, and then I would lift up my hand. I'd be like, "The fuck?"
Yeah, I know, right? One time
And there was just a Modelo in my hand.
I told someone no. I like, no, I'm good. They're like, here you go. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they don't care.
You know, word.
But yeah, it's. I'm coming back next year. I already told Monta. I've told several people that I'm planning on. I'm gonna force a bunch of my West Coast brethren to show up, because some of them tried showing up this year, and they were too stupid to know how to schedule things.
Oh boy.
I'm being very nice, by the way.
Surprise.
So we're. I'm going to do it for everyone. Like if the people who screwed up this year, I'm going to hold their hand and do it for them to make sure they come, because that was 5 different people that didn't show up. They're coming next year. And Abe, man, I love you, Abe. I love you, but you know what you are, man. Won't say it on stream because I respect you, but you know what you are.
Oh wow.
I love you, baby. Don't worry. A bitch, yes.
Oh man, mic drop.
In like 1 year's time, he's gone from being King Goon to a bitch.
Oh man.
Damn. I mean,
Oh man.
since we're on this topic, like, I want to shout out to Gibby for, like, he's the one who actually got me to come out. Like, I was on the
not to
fence
be a
about it.
bitch. See, you weren't Abe. You did good.
Yeah. I forgot the exact tweet. I think he's just said do it. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
pretty sure I said do it.
because I had the poll on. I'm like, okay, let's see the votes. And then as soon as I saw Gibby directly at me and say do it, I'm like, the poll's irrelevant. Because so I went to Marco Polo's and Kathleen's wedding in December, and when that was all done, I was in the car with them. Marco's all suggesting like, hey, why don't you come to Lunar Bout in February? I'm just like, this is really soon. I just flew out to Hawaii for your wedding, and you want me in like 2 months' time to come to New York for the very first time. And it's like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll house you. And then Kathleen was there. She was fine with it. I'm like, okay, I'll check the plane tickets. I saw the price. It was very affordable. I had the hours for work. Then Gibby said, do it. So yeah, big shout outs to Marco Polo and Gibby for like convincing me to come out to this. And yeah, it would have been a big mistake if I didn't.
Hmm.
It was really that worth it. It was a big experience for me. So again, thank you, Gibby, for being such an inspiration. I'm sorry I didn't see you in grand finals in Mark of the Wolves, and most probably moving forward, I will never see you in grand finals in Mark of the Wolves. I mean, the netcode's good now. People can actually grind. So competition will be hopefully better.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, to also parrot what Gibby said, I'm for sure I really want to come out next year, and yeah, I want to make it happen. Like if Lunar Bout happens yearly for the next decade like this and doesn't get any worse, it just gets better, better, better. It's like how Combo Breaker's been getting better, better, and better. I'll make it a priority to come out. And yeah, just the amount of love I felt on East Coast and meeting a lot of Midwest players and everyone. It was a very good environment for me, and it was very healthy for me. It's good for my mental health, and I do want to come back.
Yeah, well said, man. Yeah, and it was good seeing you again, LeBron, for sure, 100%. All right, Party Barge, you got shout outs?
Yes. Yeah, man. Just shout outs to again everybody that made that event happen. Monta, the East Coast crew. Arturo Sanchez, who just does it day in, day out. Like that guy, I don't even know what he's made of. And yeah, shout outs to my my online crew, French Boy Grimes, Silver, Galactic Kraken. And yeah, Marco, Aru, Rome, you guys already know. And yeah, Desmond, yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I really enjoyed it. Be happy to do it again.
No problem. Good to have you on. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you. You and French Boy Grind,
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
For sure. Elkie, shout outs.
Oh, geez. I mean, I gotta shout out my team, right? KPB.
You good. You shout out anybody you want, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I gotta say, I'm proud of Animonk. He placed really well. He played really well. He's really nice.
You have to like him, Elkie.
I
Sorry.
have I'm like, it's part of the bylaws. Honestly, we had a different texture this year, because we had a lot of tournament-centric players that came out last year that showed up, and some of the other events around this time was kind of attracting them, and in their place, we kind of got some people that were really looking for an event like this, that wanted a community event. They just wanted to hang out and play some damn games, eat something nice, and just enjoy being around, just being around friends. And I think it was every bit what last year was and more so. And for that, like, I gotta thank Lunar Phase for putting this together, running such a good event, having such a well put together stream, and everybody that came back this year. And probably one of the most motivating things was the people that were coming to this for the first time, and some people this being their first event ever that they came out for. That kind of helped, motivated. You got to be there. I'm part of the reason I'm coming out is because, to meet you and to meet so-and-so and to meet so-and-so. It's like, you have to be there. Otherwise, it's just like, I'm not getting my money's worth. Like, damn it. All right, fine. But sometimes it's the people that are new. You get a little jaded. You've been out to so many events. You feel like you've seen everybody, but it's really important for you realize how important it is to have full experience for somebody new showing up. So shout out to everybody that came out for the first time.
Oh yeah. Oh man, well said. Great shout outs. Dizzy, shout outs.
Let's see. Everybody who helped organize, TO'd, played, or even if you didn't play, even if you just came to hang out, like if you just came out and paid spectator, like everybody who was there is awesome in my book. Like, thank you for coming out. As far as personal shout out, I'm gonna take a page out of Abe's book only because he's Legos. Nobody did it in the chat. Shout out to myself. Mostly because I didn't really go in with full confidence, like I said before, and I actually managed to bring it together and not do that bad. But also, I mean, shout outs to just Lunar Faith, Kick Punch Block, books and video game, Next Level, like everybody who just helped bring this together, because it was a group effort. Even if you didn't help with the organization and you just like came out to play, you helped make that event what it was. So I just want to thank everybody who came out for that. Also, shout outs to LeBron and Gibby. I always wanted to like eventually rub elbows with you guys and just like kind of pick your brains about like how to play these games and stuff like that. That like I kind of fanned out because I was just like, oh shit, they're actually coming. So so thank you for not being like who's this weird guy with the earrings like all on my face right now. But
All good, man.
but yeah, just thanks for coming out. Like next year, hopefully you can get some more West Coast people to come out. Then we can we can all play games and yell at Hell Pockets or something.
Agreed.
Oh man, good shout outs. Thank you so much, DZ, for coming on as always.
Of course.
And thank all y'all for coming on. Really appreciate it, man. This was a lot of fun. Shout outs on my end. Yeah. Big ups to Lunar Face Productions, man. Big ups to Manta. He held like a very, tight tournament. It was thorough. It was good organization all the way through. The streams was nice. Everything on there was just crisp. You know what I'm saying? Because, I've been to, several different events that was supposed to be like SNK focused, and some of them was okay, some of them was a little on the struggling tip, but this wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So good luck next year. You know what I'm saying? 100%, man. I know it's going to be much bigger, and everything else. Shout outs to those vice grips that Gibby had. Having people try out and they were breaking their wrists and stuff, and this he's clapping them together, you know what I'm saying, like easily, like it's a clicker, you know what I'm saying, like shout outs to that.
Never felt so weak in my life.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't try my stick yet.
Oh yeah, you got the damn car brake spring in your stick, man. I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? He got a shock spring in his stick, dude. That's
I have a
what?
9-pound spring.
How many
9 pounds?
But I used to have a 15-pound spring in there.
Oh my
What
god,
the
man.
hell?
Customly made.
I used to do that. Nah, man. See, that's why I give you the MVP and salute, man, because you that damn spring, dude. Like,
Still doing nameless combos with a 9-pound spring.
Oh my god, man, dude, that's ridiculous, man. My hand's hurting just thinking about that crap, man. But yeah. Shout outs to you, good games to you. Shout outs to Gibby, man. It was great rooming with you, man. Like and going on the subway and going to the various food spots and stuff like that.
We went some amazing places to eat. Also, shout outs to Min for telling us where to go. God damn it!
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great. Like, did he recommend like Prince Street Pizza?
He was the first person to tell me Prince Street, and then several of the other production people I work with told me to go to Prince Street.
Yeah.
And then he also recommended Wang's.
Oh yeah, Wang's. Yeah, that was good.
You've been telling me about that. I need to do that next.
Yeah, that was good.
Wang's is delicious.
Oh, that was that was great. That was absolutely great.
Quick food shout out. Thank you, Anacron, for telling me about Xi'an Famous Foods. Dude, the beef doodle soups there, dude, and the spiciness.
Oh yeah, I saw some pictures on that. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, shout out to Anacron too, man. I don't think like we had a conversation or anything like that. I don't think he even like remembered who I was, but but I was like,
nah, he's like one of the people from SNK Playmore chat back on IRC way back when.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, shout out to him.
So I've known of him, chat with him online for over a decade. This is the first time I met him in person.
Yeah, I never knew what he looked like either, so that was a surprise. Shout outs to I didn't catch their real name, Astral Soul Spark, that ran 02. I didn't know. That was them. Like, yo, we played
Staz.
Staz? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Staz is awesome. I love him.
Yeah, Staz was like, yo, we played online. I'm like, who are you? He's like, Astral Soul Spark. I was like, yo, because like we used to play online in 02 like forever.
If Staz entered, man, that would have been another thing, because I was playing casuals with Staz and really good.
Yeah,
really. Good everything, solid fundamentals. Have been like, I was like, damn, I gotta play against this guy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I mean, we went pretty even, but I'm like, I think I could take him, but this will be effort. It'll be effort.
Yeah.
Yes, Styles is part of the Shermie Army.
Oh yeah. Shout outs to Styles. But yeah, that's man. Yeah, that was an amazing weekend, man. I thought it was good, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said on Twitter, man. Like I was on the plane home, man. I had a couple little tears drop, man, because I felt so sentimental, man, and because we've always like SNK community, man. We're like underdogs, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Disney movie from the '90s. We gotta like train up. It's like Cool Runnings or something, man. That's kind of who we are. We gotta just always up in the bar and stuff like that. So yeah, great tournament. I really liked it, man. And yeah, I will come back next year for sure, man. Like I would love to, man, and maybe drag a few Minnesota people, along or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I give this tournament, man, like 5 stars, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
same.
Because man, we've had so many people try to do like SNK-centric tournaments in the past, and they didn't do too well. But when 13 was kind of in its heyday, there was people that were doing some really good ones. Like Kings of Ko, and VCO was doing some really good ones. So hopefully we could bring this back, but not have it all in one freaking month. You know what I'm saying? Like spread things out.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really wish was taken into account. Like, can we space these events out more so more people could go to each one?
Yeah,
that's all I really need.
Yeah, exactly. That was my big kind of like complaint about that whole thing. But
like for me, it's like, okay, I got MagFest. I want to go to MagFest every year, so that's like New Year's. But then Frosty Faustings is always like 2 weeks after.
Yep.
So okay,
I gotta pick one or the other every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll just go with MagFest, have that break in the middle, then go to Lunar Bout if it's always going to be around that same time in February. It works out.
Yeah, and it was my birthday was like 2 days before Lunar Bout, so
it's always going to be your birthday, Lunar Bout birthday.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Hey.
Yep. All right, but let's get out of here for sure. So let's trail back to the tournament announcements real quick. Vegas Cup 4 on the 29th. Check out the Queen of Brazil 02 tournament on the 22nd. Check out the stream. I believe all women, female participants. Also check out KOFXIV 2020, March 7th and 8th in Chile. Check out the stream. The Conclusion 3, Saturday, March 7th. Hosted by Party Barge on his Twitch channel.
Yes.
And also the Reassertion. That's this weekend. We got to get this man a nice flyer. Hosted by Battle Spectrum. Online tournament. Definitely check that out for sure. Oh, did you want to say something? I heard a...
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I'll try to hook up. I wanted to include Battle Spectrum in my shout-outs, but me and him are doing these tournaments kind of together. It's kind of like a thing we work on together, so I'll try to hook him up with a poster here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it was dope meeting him, man. Real cool guy. And go to our Discord. Check out the Discord. Donate to us on Patreon. Go to our shop. Get some T-shirts. And, that's about it. So... Oh, man. Great show. Man. Big shout-outs. Thanks again to the panel for coming on. And if you're watching this, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Post in the comments if you watch any of the footage or stream from Lunar Bout. This concludes another installment of the Dream Council podcast. My name is Desmond, the administrator of DreamCouncil.com. And until next time, keep playing, keep learning, and have fun. Peace.
I'm ワクしない一人も増やしはしない血まみれの昔話僕に何の関係もない出番はこれからさ魂の